Hello, everybody. How you doing? We are here. We are live, and the camera's doing its own thing. I need to transition out of that into the live thing. How's everyone doing? Chat, we're here. Ed's here. Scuba's here. Mr. Alan Cherna. How you doing? I am actually joined by two people today. We're going to jump into the game. We are doing trains blueprints, and I'm actually joined by two people. Ed's here today. He's working on one thing. Let's switch over to the... I got to keep switching machines here. Let's switch over to the main screen. There we go. We're working on train Lego pieces. Last week, we started on something a little crazy. We spent a long amount of time on it, and after stream, I kind of realized that I didn't want to do that big fancy thing throughout the world. I think I saved it here. I brought it over. We did this last week. And I kind of decided doing this kind of template around the world was probably a bit much. Probably still needs some work, but I was like, we could save that for train stations and stuff. We're going to use it, but I think... So I decided I wanted it to go more simple, you know. The little Ed in my ear was telling me, you know, keep it simple, keep more simple. So I started approaching a few different ideas for, like, how can I use, like, my road system, the way I did roads, and make train blueprints. So I started sketching out some ideas. We have some extra help today because I have Ed over here. He's working on his own little version. They're just being creative, doing their own thing. And we also have a special guest. We have Excited over here. Let me turn on chat now. He has had a lot of really cool builds. I think you might have seen his big drill build or drill machine I showed on the stream a few streams ago. So he's over here. He's kind of like working on his own little ideas. He's probably gonna he's gonna outdo me and Ed for sure. So we're just working on Lego.
Pressure.
Huh?
No pressure.
No pressure. Nah, it's fine. I've told him. I said you don't need to go crazy. I said he's gonna do something. I don't know what he's gonna do. It'll probably be a little bit better looking than ours, but. I kind of set some guidelines for him to work in, so he's going to do his best to stick to that. We'll see what happens. Ed's doing his. I'm probably going to work on my concrete version. Ed's working on a frame version. Looks like, and Excited's doing his version, which is going to be pretty cool. It already looks cool from the little stuff he's done.
You say yes, I'm doing it though.
Yeah. That's the process. It's the creative process. So if you're... He's going to have a giant... Cameras agrees to do me a simple version, and Scuba's like, he's going to have a giant machine up and going before the end of the stream. Yeah, it's possible. I remember last stream, it was before the stream, he had posted something about doing something with coal or something, or it was the tractor or something, I forgot, the truck. And like, you were doing something, and then I did a stream, and I got done with the stream, and you had a truck done. I was like, how? I got a train track done at the same time. I did this, and he built a truck. He does good stuff. So, I'm going to work on... I was working on a road version. I have a couple different ideas I was playing around with here just earlier before, like, trying to... Like, if I put it on a road, it's like, should I use beams or should I use pillars? I was also looking at another version where I would just use the frames to do the roads, because if I use it kind of like my roads, it's going to be very easy to build curves, kind of like the road system I built. I know there's a big community, there's like a community blueprint system for trains. It's really big. They use really big blueprints. They work in vanilla, but they're not technically vanilla, but they work. But obviously, I'm trying not to use those. We're making our own. And so after I looked at this, trying the frames, making the turns would have been just like doing the pillars in my roads. It would have been fine. Doing the ramps, I played around trying to see if I could do the ramps like I did the roads, using the big pillars as, train supports, and I was able to basically mimic that. I was like, that would work. And then I was like, well, what if I just used my road template and maybe like cut it down and did the same thing? I could have two. This one's a little more narrow, so I created a. Let me just clear this one out here. I basically just did this, where I created a single train. I don't know what it did. Single track with rail is this. So I created just one of these, just as a single. And it's like either I could do it the size of a road by, doing it like this. This is the same size as my roads. And I could even add one in the middle if I wanted to, just using foundations. Or I could put it, which is what I did there. Or we'd use that same, I know I have great naming conventions. Or we just bring it closer like this. Which would work, which I think is what that one is on top of the road. It's a little smaller than the road, but it would work. I like the single rail. It's fairly modular. Yeah, single rail works, but and I think single rails are good. I think having the option for both is really good. Oh, by the way, Avoid, how you doing? I think I need to blow up my chat screen and pop it out so I can make sure I see it. It's too far away. I got to get all my screens fixed. Ever since I added this camera, everything is out of place. I had to rebuild the setup, but I still have a lot of work to do. So we just increase the size. There we go. Chat. Let me get some music going in the background. But I do plan to have, if I can do, that's why the single rail thing, I do plan to try to do single rails as well as double rails. Having some option for a third rail or a fourth rail is great, but yeah, I want at least the two rails. But if I have, everything starts with a single rail, you can have a single rail go off into a valley. If you just have a train that needs to go into one spot and come back out, you don't necessarily need to build a double rail. So yes, I think having blueprints for both single rail and at least double rail are very useful. That way, for your main loop, your main infrastructure for a train network, you can at least have two, so you can have trains going both ways, no problems. You could always stack them or add another one. But at least if you have two, that you can set up the curve to go just perfect with the two. It makes it a little easier. At least with that's my thought. I might be making it too hard, but the idea of keeping it simple will work. And that's the great thing about building a single, like Excited's do it. He built a single, and then he can use it to build a double. But the main infrastructure we need is going to be at least a double. So when we take these blueprints back into our Dune Desert world that we've been working on, because right now we are actually in my guide world, which is where I built all the roads. You can see them all over there. So we just over here, so we have creative mode on, and we're just messing around today. If we make quick progress, we might jump over there and start building infrastructure. Hopefully, I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like us to start building a train infrastructure so we can get working on some big factories. But we're just trying to build some stuff, and having variety is a good thing. So we're just going to see what happens. I'm going to start working on some of these, and I just wasn't sure if I liked it narrow or if I liked it wide enough to have a third rail, because I don't necessarily need to put the third rail in it, but if I make it this wide, then it works with the road. It's the same width as the road. You could have a road underneath it. Don't have to. How to do supports, that's a question. I was trying to figure out how to do signals with it, because that's one thing that we need to keep in mind when building is how does the signal look. And I was like, well, sticking out of the pillar sucks, but I found that if I did this, where all I did was take away the pillars, I added a beam, and then I added a frame over it. I was like, this isn't too bad. That's a good place. So if you need to put a signal or block a signal somewhere, could do that. That's what I'm thinking. It could be on the inside or the outside. That was just a way of playing with it and trying it. The other option is I don't use the pillars. If I did these, which are probably the most simple, we'll see, obviously, with some decoration. If I did something like these, just using frames, doing the curves is still doable. This is still within the size of the road, basically. And doing block signals on these are nothing. They don't have a problem. Well, I don't have a track for it, but I think that's what I was doing over here. The problem with the pillars is the snapping points is hard. Oh. But actually the idea behind the blueprints, what I was thinking was that if we have two sets of blueprints for each thing, one that has tracks and one that doesn't, you can do like one with the tracks, and then you can do like two or three without the tracks, and then another one with the tracks, and then you just build snap the tracks from one side to the other. That was the idea, at least. I think it would work for the most part. Or you could just use the empty ones and place all the tracks yourself. But at least that works. So if this kind of style, the block signals, they kind of sit out. So basically what I was doing was looking at Google, and I was just going to like elevated train tracks. I was looking at different things from Google. They've got ones that look like they have frames, one that looks like they have concrete. You could do flat. You could keep it simple. Obviously, the most simple would just be a foundation, put a track on it, and you're like, I'm done. That works perfectly. And that works great for a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was just trying to give mine a little touch of something. Let's go take a look what they're doing. Ed's is cool.
How do you put signs on the train tracks?
You want to put signs on the train tracks?
Or like, how do you put like not signs, but like block signs and stuff like that?
You're gonna have to like make a mini track, like make a break in the track. So like, I don't know if yours is long enough.
Oh, like it has to
you have foundations down, right? I'm gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
You can test it like that.
Ah, look.
So if you do inside, yeah, you can do inside or outside depending on how you want to. Because I don't mind setting up the world left-handed or right-handed train driving. It doesn't matter. It depends on how the signs work with the things. So it doesn't matter to me. Obviously, left side driving means that the train signals would be on the inside of the track, and if it's right side driving, the block signals will be on the outside of the track, which is what this one is. But if I could easily, that's why I was tested over here. That you could swap it around. So if I want it on the inside, how would it look?
I mean, they do look kind of smexy on the outside in this track.
Yeah. Yes, when you have a little space, it can be troublesome. So much little detail already.
They have the same color.
Yeah.
I like to use the color of the beam. It's 2D, so it's really easy.
Why? Advanced game setting flight mode is... Ed's going all nuts. All right, they're going elevated. My goal was they're templating out their thing so that they can be adjusted later. The main trick when you're trying to do something like this is kind of come up with your design. Obviously, I started on the ground like my roads because the main guy, and I told them this is the good idea, is because when you're doing roads, I might have an example one. If you raise it up, then it's going to be raised up. Would I have a variant or something here that I had done? No. Thank goodness for... Oh yeah, right here, like this. You can see this one, when I built this road blueprint, I raised it up by like 3 or 4 meters. So you can see when you build it like this, it's already raised up. So if you've done with blueprints, you already know this. You've played with it. And that works, but if you're trying to template out something long, especially curves, like, let me see, how I would do mine is normally I would do it from here, and then, 1, 2, 1, haven't, anyways, like that, and then you would, like, use any kind of thing for a base to put the next thing on. But the problem is, if you had to do a single like this, do I have a single? Yeah. Now that sits higher. So that means you have to lower the piece the same amount in order to set it on and have it snap properly. So by using the flat roads, by putting the roads flat, that way you could build the roads how you needed to first and then put something under it. Where's the single piece? Your road, it sits right on top of the piece. So it makes scaffolding in your roads easier. And the idea that I want to use for trains is kind of that same concept. If we build the main train part flat once we get everything done, it makes it very easy to scaffold out your train tracks. But obviously, if you have room, having a full train track build in each blueprint snap together, it works too. It's just a matter of understanding that when you're building, you know that height issue that you can't, it won't snap to the top. So, like, if I had another thing, so that these are just little problems we've got to deal with. If I put like my main, there's my road, and if I wanted to snap that tall blueprint to it, you know, we can get everything out of the way. Where is it at here? Undefined, straight. You can see it won't really, we don't have a vertical nudge mode, but you can see it won't snap. Even if we blueprint snap, it snaps with the height. So we can't connect the two pieces together. So it's a thing to keep in mind. And if I wanted to build the, we can snap it just for, whoopsie. I got butterfingers today with, and if I wanted to snap the regular road to it, you can see it kind of snap. It doesn't really, it'll snap to the flat one, but it won't snap to the elevated one. So if you keep, when you're building Lego pieces like this, if you keep everything at one level and you're aware of those little blueprint imperfections, the height problems, you'll be fine. But that's where building all the railroad tracks, at least the base of them, at one level will make it easy to template out an infrastructure, and then you can add in the base to it. So, but if you have things like this works too, as long as you know what you're working with. So. Excited, it's getting fancy over here.
Yes. Did you know that you can snap?
He's got all kinds of tricks. I got
Do you know that you can snap? So you have like a whole different.
I'd use them for a few things, but they snap.
No, like this one, the metal pillar. If you lay it down, very good over here. Lay it down vertically, you can snap it like this, because like these pillars will normally like snap here. This is where they're snapping. If you use this one, you can snap them here.
Oh, that's another way to get a half meter, right?
It's a really it's a really easy way to get it. That way, now you can, you know, have like walls right next to each other.
Oh, okay, that's a useful trick. Add to the tool belt. Why is that saying top chat? We need to go live chat. There we go. My goodness, live chat. I'm sorry, chat. Live chat was on top chat.
Who did it delete? Who didn't it like?
Well, I saw like Jocko. I didn't see Jocko's, and then Cameron's. I only saw part of his messages. So, he said, "Is this plan to have BB complete tile board? Do you still intend to manually connect tracks?" I kind of was answering that, but yeah. So I'm sorry if I was missing your chat, because for some reason I thought I had set it to live chat, but it was on top chat. I don't know why it does that.
Do you know this trick though?
You thought I was younger? Yes, I'm an old man. Not that old though. Never mind the grays. The grays come in young in my family.
The goal was great. I was getting great at 16. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I don't worry too much about it. All right. Well, while they work on their thing. Although Ed's is pretty cool up here with the railway walkways in between. He's got the little the frame walls in there. I saw some pictures that had some of the things like that. I was tempted. I think that's why I was playing right over there briefly with them, but I didn't get too far. But he's got a nice little one going here. And it would technically fit a road underneath.
It does fit a road underneath.
Yes. That's nice. You could always remove the pillars that it snaps to. But that's nice. Although with a blueprint like this, putting a road down, you'd probably want the road in the blueprint, because Yeah, inside we're all just kids play video. Yeah, I'm a giant 6-year-old.
You just make one with a blueprint, and if you are doing roads under it, you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna have to have a lot of
Stop.
variants. That's what I thought with this. There's just gonna be so many options with trains that I didn't do with roads, so it's gonna be a lot of variants. But the idea is that once we get one that's done, we might use multiple, but I can convert them into a full blueprint set just by adding the curves and stuff. Because the curves are just the basic idea is just the same thing I showed you there. It's just the same for my videos. If we have one foundation width, you can do the same process and lay down one foundation in length to make the curve. And the train tracks work really well with catwalk turns. Really, really well. I think I've said this before on stream. I have one in here. This was something I worked on when I was working on my roads. It's not tall enough, but it's basically a mini tunnel. And you can see this is using the same method, and these tracks turn perfectly with the catwalk. So this one fits 3. This is basically road sides. I just basically extended the pillars all the way down, and then I was able to fit 3 train tracks in here. And then I was testing it just to see if the trains collided. It's too short, but as you can see, they pass by each other. No problem. But they work so perfectly with the catwalk method turn. I was like, if I follow this same method with the train tracks for the roads, if I can do the same kind of turning method, then the railroads are going to be pretty nice. Wait, using catwalk to make the tunnel and then put a track in. So basically, I think I built, I don't know if it's in here. I basically templated something. Train temp, one of these? No, not that one. Train temp version 2. No. Nope, I was trying. This was a while since I did these, so train temp. Oh, here you go. I was trying one of them. So basically, I built a flat spot, like a road. I did the same thing I did for the roads. If you've seen my road videos, I followed the same thing. And I just built a variant of my roads, like this, and I just sat it on top of it. So this is kind of an upgraded version. I think it just has these. It snaps together, but there's the train temp OMG. And then, what's this? Oh, this is a turn piece. So I basically made the turn pieces just like my road pieces. So if I was doing a catwalk turn like this, let's just go add some more here. This is the same concept I have for the trains here. So we do this. Oh, a little high. Actually, you know what? That works fine because I was down the base. So I just did this. In this case, I was letting the ground be the base. It's where the tunnel was going to be. But otherwise, if you had some foundation in your thing. And then I just made this same version that I had for roads. I just made a tall version of it. We can use nudge mode to fit it in there. Put that there. Nudge mode it in. As I say, this road was too short. You won't be able to fit path signals in here and stuff. But it was something I was working on a little while back. And it just makes perfect tunnels. And then the train tracks, they should still work. I haven't tried extending them out, but I was like, oh, that works perfectly. Where does this end? Oh, it is one left. Okay, so that one goes there. Nope, not there. That goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. And as you can see, they still work so well with the catwalk turn method. So that's where the idea for today kind of comes up, is the fact that the road method that I had worked really well with the way the train tracks curve. I was like, okay, so if we could build trains that kind of follow that same concept, then you could have the straight pieces, and everyone loves the straight pieces. But if you want to get a little off-road and go a little curvy around a mountain, you could use that kind of method, and it would line up really nicely the train track, because sometimes if you do a curve, your train track is really hard to line up with your foundation. But using that method, either single or double or triple, it does kind of work. So that's the concept behind what I started here and what they're working on. And as long as you can make and like even this stuff here that like Excited's working on, they're nice little they're good pieces. You can chain them together. They work great. As long as you can make a one foundation variant of it, then you can do the ow! I turned off God mode just so Ed could shoot me. He's probably still got God mode on though. I'm gonna die. And that tunnel isn't too tight for the turns of the track. Yeah, that's what's great about it. So the catwalk turn method works really well for train track turns. So even if you don't want to use blueprints and you're just manually creating your train track, the catwalk method for doing your turns on your train tracks really well works with the train tracks. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're building your own train tracks. Okay, now that I've been goofing off and talking most of the time and letting them do all the work, I think I should try to get something done with mine. Although I kind of had some work done ahead of time. This works with doing ramps as well, but ramps aren't really a big of a deal. It's just a matter of the style can build ramps. It's just the turning method that I think is the most important with the trains. That said, when I did the spiral ramps, that second video where from MGS Genesis where he did the spiral ramps and I did a catwalk. I did the sidewalls for it. I think the train tracks probably would work very well with that. It's just a lot of work to build those. There's just not an easy way to blueprint. I tried. Okay. This is the only problem I have with the advanced game settings flight mode is that it's too easy to turn off. I really like Pack Mod's flight mode. You turn it on and you specifically turn it off. You're running around here and I just clip this. Somehow I clip one of these and flight mode turns off. And it happens all the time, surprisingly. Oh, good to see everyone. I love this build feeling like a blueprint factory. Yeah, that's yeah, it's nice to have it working like that. That's what I did with my Alex, that's what I did with my roads blueprint, which is over here. You see all the blueprints. When I was building them, I just had a ton. I just made a big platform and I laid out all of these blueprint machines and then I just went to town building, each blueprint piece, trying the different things where I was doing the long piece and the short piece and then, a ramp for a middle and the base. And I just had to go through and work my way through all the pieces I wanted for the road. It's too bad flight mode here doesn't work too faster. And then I've kept, after I did the roads video, the blueprint video, I keep coming back here to mess around. So you can see there's just kind of stuff all over the place. I just come over here, lay down some more stuff. And this isn't work as well. This was the infinity room that we were building on a stream a while back. On update 8, it's not quite as cool, but it's another little play area in here. So, all right. I need to do some stuff. Was it up there? So that's what that room is. So and I think that as I was pointing out, I think that the method of doing the turns and everything will work for all of these, except, it's just a matter of like these, it'll work. It's just a matter of doing the exact same thing. If you have your foundation that you're going to put everything on, at what level, you can just start out, just like I said with the roads, the idea would be doing the same, and then you would just start building your catwalks. Getting your road. This is a great way, as I pointed out for roads, as I mentioned many times. The catwalk method for building your roads, and this could work for trains too, is really nice for templating out your plan, because you can easily just do this, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do a straight here. And you're like, all right, now I know where I'm going to go, and you can look where you're going to go. Is it going to hit a rock? Is it going to hit a tree? And you might be like, is you like might see this is going to clip, so you can just erase it really fast and like make some adjustments. And it's a really quick way to kind of gauge out where your road, or in this case, train track is going to go. And you could very easily just template, scan, make some changes, and you don't have to do a lot of work to do that. So it's a very nice way to get that kind of stuff done without doing a bunch of building and then realizing, oh, this isn't going to work, and you have to undo a bunch of stuff. So that's another nice benefit of doing the catwalk method. It's just super fast templating. Okay. They're still doing work. I'm talking. I'm going to try to do something here. It's laughing because he knows this is pretty much it. It was joking because...
I'm laughing.
Oh, you're laughing too? This happened on the... when I did the Tectonica trailers stuff and the time-lapse build, I was telling Ed about this, and he was the other day, or when it happened, and he was laughing. I worked with the community manager there, Joey. He was the one helping me build. We were building at the same time, and it was funny because I was working on like a little section, and I was doing some pretty stuff, and he built a bunch of the stuff, and I was like, "This is very like deja vu." Like he built. They wanted me to do it. They wanted me to do it by myself, and I'm like, "No, it'd be better. We'll get more stuff done if Joey joins me." And yeah, it's a good thing he did because he did a ton of it. I was just building like spiral belts and the smelters, and he like threw down all these assemblers and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. And I was telling Ed about that, and he was like, yeah, this sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking of a main highway system that's bigger and then offshoot smaller ones? I'm not against it, a main highway system. It's just a matter of, like, if I need it or not. I'm okay, like, maybe building one eventually. Like, if we needed to build, like, a big one, we'll have to talk about it. Once we start building it, when you go to a main highway system, it's like we can't fit that into a blueprint. And it might be something where, we do 2 along the line, but I can't really template for it. So it's going to have to be, if we do something like that, yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, if Ed has an idea for that, because we're going to do most of our stuff, I think we're going to build a big base in the desert is kind of our plan right now. And that means that, most of the stuff is going to be coming into the desert. We might have some factories outside the desert, but I think most of it's going to come into the desert. So I'm not sure we're going to have extensive amount of trains going back and forth, but we know we need some kind of train infrastructure in order to really get started. If you make a highway, how wide would you make it? I'd probably just make it double the size of my roads. I mean, I would think if you have 2 lanes on each direction, you're probably fine, because most likely, unless you want to go for looks, because if you're going for looks, sure, go as big as you want. But if you're doing, vehicle automation, I experienced this with my other world, the world that was on the starting screen. I found that in some places where I did do like certain custom roads and I had 2 lanes, I would like turn into the lane. I would try to follow traffic rules where, you would turn into the closest lane, and then I would have the truck change lanes. If it was going to turn right, I would have it change lane, near it was going to turn right or left or something. And it kind of works. I think it's up to you. What's that?
I think I found a bug. I managed to build outside the blueprint.
Really?
Oh. Hey, play on your own blueprint. How did you do that?
No idea. I just zooped and it just went the full length.
I have actually managed to do not that, but like I built in the generator and then it didn't count as a blueprint.
Interesting. When you snapped off over here, you can still do it, but if you do here,
yeah,
that's interesting.
That's a bug. Yeah, if you zoop off the side of it.
That's interesting.
Going, but if you zoop off the front, it doesn't.
Does anything else let you do that? No, nothing else. Whoopsie, sorry. Didn't mean to. Will it build like that?
Just wait.
I should try it. Save it.
Outside the blueprint.
Will it save? Buggy blueprint.
Abomination.
Yo, this might. Yeah, let me say. Oh well, I don't need to save it because we all got blueprint. Save? Will it crash? It saved.
Yeah, but what will it paste?
It worked.
What?
No way.
What? What?
Can I build on top? Can I zoop on? Can I zoop around on top of that?
Can you build outside of it now?
Well, I mean, that's curious. Could you?
Will it save that as a blueprint part?
Let's see. Let's resave it. Save.
It just found out how to make
No, that didn't.
excavate a blueprint. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was
I
built
found
in.
out to make a massive walkway blueprint.
Well, I don't think so because he put that in and that didn't save. I think it was just part of the zoop and somehow that got saved as part of the blueprint.
What about if it goes into that blueprint?
Let's see. Jericho said my highway is 1/2 for the outside and 3 foundations for the two-way.
What if we build them together? What if this connects to the thingy from another blueprint?
That is.
Like that.
All right, we're gonna totally crash this game at some point. Save. All right, saved. Get rid of these. See what happens.
Oh my goodness.
This is.
Nah, it only does the thing.
Still, look how long that is.
Green blueprint.
How is it that long?
I hear that all the time. Going like that, I guess.
Well, at least you can build long walkways. It's allowed in the game. Totally legit. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Yeah, it might be easier if you can link a screenshot. I got Discord up, so you can throw it in my Discord. I can take a look at it.
Hold on, there's a walkway missing in the middle of the build.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you know.
That walkway's missing.
It's the price you have to pay.
I'm surprised it went so long. You were able to do it? Oh my goodness. All the way over in his. Oh. You're just busting your blueprint up in the other one.
That's fine, I can clear it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be interesting to see how it clears. All right, let me try saving it.
It's in all 4 directions.
I can't believe it. All right, the buggy blueprint. Totally legit. Pure vanilla, 100% vanilla.
Let's make some train tracks, he said.
10
minutes later, we broke the game.
That is hilarious. It is missing that one. You're right. It's still missing that one walkway. So weird.
Unless that's the original broken walkway that's allowing us to do whatever we're doing.
Makes me curious if we use smart mod if it would work with this. That is hilarious. But yeah, I guess you could make a very large walkway blueprint at least. Does it work with other pieces?
No, just the walkway.
I meant like the... I meant like the other walkway pieces. I think it's somehow how you can... It's somehow this one rotates when you snap it. It allows you to go one direction, but not necessarily like this. If I do here, I can't go this direction, but I can go this direction. Just depending on how you snap it. I see you got that piece. So could you... Yes?
I mean, you can make a very long...
We have so been distracted. This is a very squirrel moment. This is hilarious. I love this.
Okay. But if we are to get back on track...
Yeah. I just got to try this
I did a thing over here that I kind of like. Using walkways, actually.
Well, I'm satisfied. That's amazing.
Satisfactory.
That is very satisfactory. All right.
Let's clear the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
Everything.
Everything that was connected to it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Because technically it's one blueprint.
Yeah, it's true.
Not want to send them that.
Well,
Send
when you...
them the video.
Yeah,
Here's a
well,
bug.
we can clip that from the stream because I'm not recording right now. Because I figured this was going to be just, you know, productivity stream, but clearly it never is. All right, I was going to decide if everyone's going... Ed went road width. Excited's trying a couple different variations. Both look gorgeous, too.
I like the
Oh,
I put, what do they call it?
oh, I see what you did
Walkways
there. The
underneath.
walkway there underneath. That does look cool.
Give it some texture.
You guys got to take notes. Excited is really good at decorating, so I hadn't even thought of that. That's a excellent idea.
You want to learn another trick?
How did you do that? Oh, you might have done a foundation below and then...
Do you know this trick?
What is this trick?
That the pillars, like, they snap to the foundation's edge, but only the small ones.
Yeah. I found that with some walls. That's the same thing with the power outlets. Interestingly enough, they snap to the nice middle of the 1 meter as well. But if you do like a 2 meter, they don't. They don't. Well, this one does. It's the walls when they have the wall on there. Like the 4 meter walls are a pain to deal with versus the 1 meter because they don't. Now they snap here and here. You can't get that same snap there. But I think even the same thing with like a 1 meter. So you won't snap to the middle of a 1 meter wall. So little tricks.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Is it always at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a ping difference between where they're at.
No, it's just you can just keep lag for like 40 seconds constantly.
Really? Is he excited running
I'm just gonna
off?
see how far it's gonna take me. No, I'm not running. I'm standing completely still. Later.
On stream, you're running off.
If you're,
Oh, there you
if
stopped.
you're moving when... There you go. If you're moving when it kicks in, it just continually shifts you in that direction.
Well, I know nobody's watching a bunch of stuff. Like, there's no way. There's nobody in the house right now that's sucking up bandwidth. So, and I have gigabit.
I think it's an update 8 thing.
Yeah, it's probably just something between me and you guys.
Background update 8.
Yeah, it's possible. I tried. That's why I turned mods off because I know Ed, when we were working last time, you were crashing more with them. It might just be Sky UI because I feel like there used to be crashes with Sky UI before update 8. Works great solo, not so much multiplayer. Got to find the other. What was the other mod that used to do daytime? All right, I should try accomplishing something now. They're doing all the cool stuff. I think if I do it, I'll go with this method here. If I go with my concrete version, I'm sure Excited could come up with a really good pillar eventually. But otherwise, I think I'll go with my concrete version. I don't have to. I just like the sidewalls. At least I'm going to try building this one out a little bit. I can start with this, and I'm going to build a couple blueprints here. Let's go this way. And I'll show you guys how I actually built the roads while doing the train tracks. We'll do a turn. How I built the turn pieces, kind of. If I remember how I did it. And I'm trying to do these orientation. I found that my road blueprints are oriented sideways because they made the front of the blueprint where the machine is, and all my blueprints were to the side of it. So all my road blueprints are... Whoopsie. A little too close. I like how they can snap close like this now. All right, let's try that. Okay, load it up. It's not asphalt. That's how amazing the roads are. The roads into Cyberpunk? You got the screenshot? Oh, I see what you did. Oh, you did it with foundations. Well, you can always change it. You can always... Yeah, that's a big highway. I like your big highway there. That's pretty cool. I mean... And if I tried to show it on screen, I can try showing it on screen, but I have to set up more features for OBS to do this right. Let's see. Get rid of studio mode. And we're going to go main screen overlay. And like this is what Jocko was linking for his highway. So he's using just regular foundations, but that's easy to change with a customizer. This is something definitely more customized roads. You can't... This is so big you couldn't do blueprints, but it's pretty cool how he's got that set up. I like the tall walls and the turns, and he's got this other thing here. That's pretty cool. Very cool. Jocko does some cool stuff. He posts streams on my Discord too, probably elsewhere. And let's turn that off. When the screen's on, if it looks a little dim, that's because I think I have HDR on. I might have turned it off though. All right. So I'm going to go with this blueprint. I think this works fine for now, for at least my variation that I'm going to be working on. I'm not working on supports now. I'm going with the road method that I already had discussed earlier. So we need to make... I would save 2 versions of this, but for now I'm just doing with train tracks. I'll save 2 versions later. So what we'll do is, for here, I just used my roads. In this case, I used the 4, but in this case I'm going to use just the single. I'll just put it here in the middle, since I need to make a single piece. And... all I did was convert this to concrete. We can get rid of that middle piece, and then we'll just add the pillars on. It works pretty good in this situation, I think. And it has room for a 3rd track, if so desired. I kind of like the 3rd track with that one over there, because they didn't have a pillar in between. But this would... I haven't tested this one yet, but this would work. You could do, I could add a 3rd track by adding a foundation if I wanted to. If I wanted to keep the sidewalls. I could also do something elevated, like he put a beam or something in between. I can't do catwalks in between, unfortunately. It's too small. Oh, that's where you got it? You got it from, oh, that's pretty cool. Got it from the Cyberpunk. He's posting on screenshots on the Discord. What was I going to do? Lost my train of thought, squirrel. But this is the basic piece. So this would, if I was just going to go with that as my basic, I might add decoration, but at least I now have a single piece. And the single piece is good because you don't always want to use 4 width. You might, and these are good for turns as well, or various other pieces of turns, like when you do double turns. Because sometimes if you want to make a bigger turn with my roads, I didn't really demonstrate it much in the roads video, but you could just do like this. You could do 4, or you can even do 6 or 8, and it makes your turns bigger. But when you do this, you would need 1 turn piece, like here. When you do the turn, you would use a turn piece, and then you just use a straight piece here, and then you do another turn piece, and then a straight piece, and a turn piece, and a straight piece. And actually, you could just do like a turn piece, snap on a straight piece, then do a turn piece. So you could just do this, just like every other one, alternate. Or if you did, 6 or 8, you would just do, and that way you could do really big turns with your roads. And the same thing with train tracks. So little little tip for using the catwalks. So if you want to make bigger turns, that's a way to do it. I am hiding the chat window again. What's that?
You squirreled again.
You squirreled? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you gone off topic again. Building train tracks.
All right, I'm going to build train tracks. Sorry. But it was a little useful tip that I just had in my mind. I need to just make another video for roads, just throw every little tip that I've didn't put in the original, but I put a lot in there. Who was calling me? I'm on stream now. I don't take phone calls. That's just my wife, then. All right, let's do a turn. We could do a ramp, but, you know, ramps are basically... Doing the base ramps are a pain, but we'll do that in a minute. I'll show you how I did those over there. The base ramps, you can't use the whole method I used before. That was the catwalk thing was great, Warp. Love the stacked horizontal small pillar tunnel. Oh, yeah. That would be great to do for... I wouldn't mind doing that. I just need to raise it up. It's too short. It probably needs to be at least... probably needs to be at least 12 meters high, because I think that's how big... at least that would fit a signal in there. So it needs to be at least that high. So that one when I did that, we were doing the roads, and I'm getting distracted again. When we're doing the roads, let's do we'll do a piece for a turn, and I'll just show you how to do it from the get-go. But when I was doing the roads, afterwards I was going to start building that. I originally called that to the OMG I didn't care about the item limit blueprint set, because there was so many pillars in it. Although when Excited was like tempted to come over and help out today and play around, he was like, "Do we have a build limit?" I was like, "No, do whatever you're gonna do. Don't worry about it, because I'll probably we'll come up with multiple variants." So I was like, let him do his thing. All right, so a turn. How I did the turns in the road. I didn't want to do any pre-turns, because pre-turns you can pre-turn it. I mean, I could do a catwalk like this. I did do a pre-turn version in the blueprint set originally, and you just do this, and then you basically just build it like that, and then it's pre-turned. You get rid of this, and you're pre-turned, 10 degrees. But to do it, you have to it's weird, because you got to build out a straight piece and then add it, and then delete it, the straight piece, and then add another straight piece. I thought it was too much work. I thought the catwalk. So I wanted to just use the catwalk method to template, and then this allow you to snap on top of your base. I thought that was a lot easier. It was a little less clicking, less work, in my opinion. So when I was building the sidewalls, though, getting them to work, we're going to have to do it because we have to do the fourth thing, was the biggest pain. But the way I ended up doing it is I actually worked backwards. So I built a piece backwards like this. And I'm going to load this up just so I have a reference here, because I haven't done this in a while. I figured this out, like a year ago? Where is it? Road. There we go. I probably could have put it down, but as you can see, the blueprint ended up looking like this, because when you snapped all the turns together, it made a clean thing. So I think what I did is I started with... We'll get rid of these. I had to go back like this, so they had a piece to back into. We'll start with... Put a pillar here. The outside was the easiest, and the idea here is that we need to have this piece be connected to the other piece. So I did the same over here. I believe this is what I did, so hopefully I'm not going to be talking out of my rear here. And then I basically did my catwalk, or the pillar merger method from the original roads video. So we're just going to go from this, freeform from this side to this side, go in, on there, and then we got to do freeform from this side. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I have a whole video covering this extensively, which is my original Beautiful Roads video. This is a technique that is useful for beyond roads, for your builds and everything. And as you can see, we now have a nicely connected piece of pillar. And if we follow what I did here, I would at this point deleted this, and deleted these, I think. can delete these at least. And this thing, yeah, I think this worked. The inside works so well is that I had to play around. I wasn't sure how to do the inside, because if you follow my roads video, the blueprint is slightly different than what the roads video does, because I had to figure out how to make it work in a blueprint. So in this case, for the inside, I'm going to have to figure out the other two pieces. If I do this, it's going to be hard. I got to have to figure it out. I don't think it's going to work as easily. This might be my Achilles heel. I might not be able to do these, but we'll see. So for this one, though, I just needed to do this. Snap that there, and then the blueprint was done. That's basically what happened. Then you asphalt and whatever. I think that's a right turn, because this is on the outside, this is the inside. So you just repeat the process for going for a left turn, and that would work great. And what I think I realized I could do, that I didn't do, I think I talked about this last week, but what I could have done, I talked about it briefly last week, but we only didn't cover it, is I should have included a 30-degree piece, because this is what I would call a 10-degree turn using that pieces. But if we had thought about it, I could have done something like this and created a tried to come up with this. I'm not going to do it right now, but if I had worked with this, I probably needed to somehow come up with how to connect. I'd do the same thing. I'd probably put one there and connect this to this, and then I don't know how we would do this piece. But if I had a 30-degree piece, then you could do a 30-degree turn like this. And then all you'd have to do is put your base down for this, and then you'd be able to put the 30-degree turn on it, like if I blueprinted this. Just 30 degrees temp. I need to go out and clear all my temp blueprints in this. But if you were doing the roads, this would make some turns a lot easier, because if I had finished this piece, then you could have just snapped this piece on. Instead of having to snap each individual 10-degree piece, you could just snap this. In theory, if you could line it up right, I mean, might be easier from out here. I got to get rid of the catwalks, but that would have made, in theory, doing the roads a little faster. Instead of having to do the 10-degree turns, can be a little annoying to snap. I'm sure if anyone's used my roads, they've probably experienced it. But a 30-degree turn, when you're doing a lot of turns, you're probably going to be more than 30 degrees. So that would be a way to doing it. So now I got to figure out the other piece. So now that I've kind of recreated this turn, can I do those? I have no idea. Now that I think about it, this was easy because it just works with the turn, with the angle. You don't have to do anything, and it just looks good. These, on the other hand, are going to be questionable. I should probably put my catwalk back. These are going to be questionable. All right. So we'll try to do the same thing here. I don't know why I did a full one, but whatever. As long as it fits within the blueprint. Get rid of that. I think we can do the same thing there. I think it'll work. So we'll just repeat the process. Freeform. Default. Go back in. You can create one there. Get rid of this. And if you're wondering why, if you haven't watched the video and you're wondering why I have to recreate this beam, it's a very critical thing to do. It's very important when you're doing freeform. I'll show you in a second. If you've seen the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they'll... Whoopsie. I'll go check on them in a second. But the main reason you have to use freeform, switch the freeform twice, is when you do freeform, it goes in any ways, but there is there's a solid end and a variable end. In this case, if I wanted to snap this to this end, you can see I can snap to that end and it snaps perfectly. It lines up. But if I try to snap to this end, you'll see it's not. It's kind of off. Because it starts where you snap it, and each one's a meter. Each snapping point's 1 meter, but that last point of the freeform is going to be less than 1 meter, so you don't get a perfect snap point at the end. So that's why when you're trying to find a snap point for this side, you have to start the freeform on the side you're working on then delete it, and then do start the freeform on the other side. So useful in other areas of Satisfactory to just be aware of that at the very least. So I think that'll work there. I hope. We're going to think we'll do the same thing here, and I think it'll work. This may... I was a little worried there for a second when I realized this, but this might work, and then my entire plan is not ruined. So we'll just do this one more time. Freeform. This used to be what I had to do before Blueprints when I was building all my roads. If anyone followed it, you know, it's not hard, it's just tedious, you know? I think that's what I meant when I said the roads were easy in that video, because like it was I'm like, these are easy, and it's a 25-minute video. When I said it was easy, it was really just about this process is not too difficult. It doesn't require like extensive play for the most part. Not at least if I can line it up correctly. Did I not line it up? There we go. I think that's kind of what I meant. It's like doing doing a pretty road does not. It's not complicated, but it is a lot of work. It's more like you just have to do a lot of it. But the blueprints really helped. So if we're lucky, this will be a 5-degree right turn, and it might work. Just might work. Let's find out. I'll save it. Train. Ow. Okay, I'm coming, Ed. Let's see what Ed and they've been working on.
It's the man over here that's doing some work.
He's got a few variants, but what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He's trying different things. He had just like anything. You have to kind of build a template version of something, and then after you've got it, after you've kind of got what you want figured it out, you can kind of tear it apart and blueprint it out.
So you see how I evolved my build here from very simple to an idea, into a new idea, and into like my final design of how I would want this to
look. I like those little lights. Oh, you found a good use for the actual... Oh, yeah. This is sexy. I just like it. It's good. See, that's the excited for you.
I saved that as a blueprint. Let me see if...
You're fine. You haven't good. I don't think there's a blueprint limit, but such simple stuff he does here, but it makes it look so good.
Yeah, I don't think there is a blueprint limit because I've seen people just fill the whole entire blueprint with power pole.
Now that's what I said we're going to need. This is where I said we're going to need blueprints with and without tracks, because this is the main reason why you need it with and without tracks. We're on no power, so this works, but we're going to go, and then it stops.
Stop right there.
So,
I mean, you could just do this, just do that.
Yeah. So the idea be here is that if we had blueprints without tracks, so you have 3 of them now, so you can have one created here with the tracks, you have a bunch without, and then one with them, and then you can connect the tracks, and then the trains will just work. So that's the idea behind my thought of having 2, but you could easily just, have no tracks and just place all the tracks yourself too if you like.
You have a slight problem with your blueprint, or not?
Which one? Mine?
No.
What's up? Oh yeah, I see it.
Is crooked.
I see it. Crooked.
Off.
Where?
Oh, where is it crooked? Why is it crooked?
Both crooked.
The what's crooked?
The
beams.
pillar. A beam, yeah.
I think it's at an angle.
Why? I can't. Oh, I think I found the culprit.
Yeah, it's at an angle. It goes from thin to thick down the line on both sides.
I understand.
What am I missing?
Yeah, I can't see
This one here.
why.
One here.
Where?
This is thin.
Oh,
Where?
yeah. This is the
That's
fin
it.
one.
On the end one.
Okay.
And then I think same thing on
Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you mean. Probably
same thing on this end as well.
probably was in freeform mode instead of standard mode.
And this middle one, and on this side as well.
Yeah, yeah. It was probably in freeform versus default.
Yeah, but it's kind of bugging out for some reason when the mode is changing.
We
Is
should
better?
be on grid, so you shouldn't have any math issues causing. Because if you get a weird angle,
Mm-hmm.
then you can have some weird math issues with placing some things. But we should be on grid, so it shouldn't be any decibel issues with the angles.
I'm really liking this though.
Ed's,
It's simple.
I like
but
Ed, like Ed's too. I like them both. I like Ed's. His is nice, big. It's got catwalks everywhere.
I mean,
Nice.
that
He's
one
got.
fits the road.
He's even included power lines with it. Yeah, this one his fits the road. You can literally put it over a road. You can also put roads crossing underneath it. I like Excited. It's sleek. It's sexy.
You put it on top of the other one.
Yeah, you could do so.
You're gonna stack yours on mine. Okay.
Well, that's the way
Double.
you could get a double train. You have to go. You would
Double
need it
track.
You would need it taller though. You would need to make a variant that's probably 12 meters high. Yeah, I'm gonna go try mine. I gotta field test mine here. I gotta do a
Oh, have you
turn.
made one?
I made a flat one. I made a
Yeah.
turn. Mine's more of turn based because I gotta think about turns. You guys made the sexy straights. I just made simplistic.
I think you've just been talking this whole time. I didn't.
I did a little bit of work.
Yeah, you did that before stream.
Oh, before you.
I know. I did this one turn piece on stream here. I did this one tiny thing. We're gonna test it out though.
Is there tracks on it?
No, not for the turn pieces, but I'll add them. Let's just go ahead and
That
start.
actually works. That actually works. The train does fit under his one.
The train will fit, but if you put a block signal, it'll clip through it. Oh, yours kind
What
of.
if you put the block signal on the inside, or is it like it's actually not really touching it? It's actually just touching it.
Just clipping through, but it's not in the way of the signal. Because it's actually got that indent where that beam actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the beam is almost the same shape as where the indent is. The only thing that is like the tracks goes into the light.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to put you could build a blueprint and just put one pillar down and stack your blueprint on top of it, and your blueprint's done.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
Because you can just build your blueprint inside the blueprint. Just put one thing down in the middle. And then wherever yours is, yours is the Cybertruck? Yeah, there you go. Snap it right on top. And there you go. Now you have a 12-meter tall version. Oh, that's cool. If you had like straight trains that were going straight from one thing to the other, you wouldn't need path signals. Why is my wife calling me? 1 second.
I don't have a wife.
I'm about to say you need to extend the pillars down.
Are you about to do the same thing, maybe? I mean, if we have to be technical about this, I would probably take this whole concept and then I would put an actual foot on it so it doesn't look so weird.
Yeah, and this is where I wish we had a bump up and down in the hologram menu. Why do we not have an up and down nod?
Yeah, right? It's like they gave us nodding, but only like half.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can. I don't know if you'll be able to see this because it's on my screen. Not yours.
I can't see it, but I know exactly what like you're going through right now because you want to.
I want to put mine on top of mine, but because I've got the railings, it doesn't allow it to
It's
drop
silly.
down.
All right, sorry, I'm back. Wow, look at all these stackable productivity people.
Yeah, Mine's got a gap in it.
That would be because
there's no vertical nudge.
Yeah, there's no vertical nudge. That's why with the roads, when I did the like signs and stuff, I had to like build them 1 meter up so they would sit on the pillar, because the pillars don't normally have the same effect on the thing. What you need is a variant of your blueprint that has something on top. Instead of stairways, walkways, you could put a variant that literally just has 1 meter something there. And that way you could just stack it on top of it. So you could just you could delete this blueprint in theory, and then replace it with one that's got a stackable point, and you can stack your train on top of it if you were at that point. What was I doing? I was over here. I was going to start a train. I was going to try mine. Let me save. I saved this one, right? Train 5-degree turn. And this one is rail 3x4 for concrete. Okay. So here's somewhere. Need to organize. Where is it? Did I put it over here? No. That's this one. I was trying to start a set. Where is it? Rail 3. Road. Well, there it is. There it is. Okay, put this one up here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add it to the hotbar. So where's the hotbar? Come on, hotbar, give me one. There we go.
Oh, did I changed the width. That's kind of stupid.
1 and turn 5-degree will do 2. Okay, so we'll do a blueprint. We'll snap it right here. Make sure we're in nudge mode. So ignore that, because I was playing around with everything. So we will do my little turn method. We're going to do it here at the base. Snap over here. Is that? Okay. Okay. So we're going to I think it was 5-degree right? Okay, so we're going to do a turn like this. Theirs are pretty straight, but I built a curved version. So let's use where are you, foundations? Oh, here we go.
There you go. Stackable. Done.
We'll use the fix it. So a 30-degree turn variant would be nice, but so we're laying the foundations to put it on, and then in theory we should be able to just... Oh, I put it in a blueprint. So here. Ignore the... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right.
Ooh. Even when you stack version it, like the turn signal fits into it.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of that. Well, that seemed to work. Let's do it again. Nudge mode makes these easier because it was always a bit of a pain. So we can just do that. We can do the hold.
Or we do it down and do the signals on the inside.
Oh. Hold, snap. Hold, snap. And look at that. Ignoring the center track. We're not doing that right now, but we could. And then these would have to, I think these have to start like halfway right there. And then from there, I could come all the way over. And look at that. Train fits. Hopefully the inside turn works.
No style.
Huh? It's just a basic idea. That's why I brought you guys in, so it can help me improve the style of it. It's a concrete version. I could do this with the other versions, but it works. It's a theory. It worked. It could do 3 tracks. I don't know if I like the sidewalls at this point, but when you look at a distance, does it still look good? Man, the track looks all janky. Do I like it? I tried to get something similar to track. Oh, okay. Chat's still going. Is chat caught up? Okay. It works. I mean, hello, Woodrow. How you doing? Ooh, I like what you did there. Excited with the base. Make it tall enough. That way you could sit on top and put signals on it. But Ed's works good too straight. I gotta try to work with. I feel like Ed and Excited's are way better than mine. I was talking the whole time.
It's kind of funny because like we have Ed's that's like really big industrial, and then we have like little thin cyber build here. And
but I like
have...
that is the great thing about having variations of it.
Concrete monstrosity. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an ugly monster. Well, I gotta take out. Mine's got extra stuff in it, so I gotta get rid of it. But I was focusing on trying to do a turn, so let me just get rid of all the excess cleanup from the build.
I'm curious if you could reverse engineer what I did and then make it a turn. Because if you are the turn king like you claim to be, then maybe you could. You know?
Probably. I could probably just do the same thing. Because you're using at the very your 4 meter here. You're using catwalks. It'll be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be perfect during a turn, but it'll be interesting to see. Let's try.
It's on the same principles of your exact turns.
And Ed did his based on the same size of the road, so it would work. These catwalks would look a little weird on the inside turn, but
you just omit them from the turns.
Yeah, you just take something out, have an end point, and to work on it. But Excited's is simple enough that it would work for sure. Ed's is cool because the stacking ability of his I like for the industrial side. That's great for we need a busy spot. We talked about a highway, a main thing. Ed's is really cool for that. Excited, I like his. It's got a nice modern vibe to it, and it's gonna be great for like doing like the turn terrain. Now it would be perfect, and I don't know if it is. If theirs is the same width, the tracks are the same width, which I think they are, which is perfect.
They aren't.
They aren't?
Minus a little bit wider because I had to do my special bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. I tried like just a second ago to line them up.
There you go, Dan. There's a.
Oh yeah, you got 1 extra meter on yours. Oh, but that's okay.
There's a road for you, Dan.
A road? Oh.
Underneath.
How did you fit it underneath?
Magic.
You use control in the snapping mode. Okay. The default. Nice.
I'm just gonna disappear again to lag later.
It's fine.
Off.
Well, this is.
Oh, I see you as well.
So this is perfect. We can we easily use Eds around our main base as a main industrial entry point, exit point. That's a great way to use Eds because it can easily stack up. Although I think with his 12 meters, you could do the same thing with Excited's, but Excited's is going to be really good. I think I can do a turn on yours. I think we can do it.
Try.
It's going to be interesting because we're going to have to try. I got to see. I got to bring it down to Earth and just do the base part and a blueprint here. Let's see if we can kind of mimic your work. Bring it down to a base level. I mean, I don't have to, but because a turn we got to be able to do one piece at a time, so we got to bring it into one foundation of width. So we don't need the stackable thing.
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? We don't need.
Fact that I did.
Actually, you know what? Since if his is with that already, we probably.
Mine's 4 meters apart.
See what he did there.
I think it's going to be a problem that I made it 1 meter longer in the middle, or is it that not going to have any effect at all?
I need to be able to do the turn and then mimic what you did, so I can have it the same width, and then it should be fine. I think. We'll see. We'll find out. The nice thing about the sidewalls is they kind of like masked the thing, but I think yours. Let's see. We could probably do it at the same height. That way it snaps.
I don't think it looks as cool when there's like double tracks on it. It makes it look really wobbly. So this would just be like a long, slim, like highway or something.
Add in the next port.
Well, that's the thing. We're going to need a single track variant would be useful still, just because we might build something that has a single track that goes somewhere and a single track it comes back. It becomes a single train versus the two-way we need for the main infrastructure that will build around the world. Yeah. So Woodrow. So if, let me catch you up. So we started this thing. I did mostly talking, and they were being productive. I was doing most of this stuff was me playing around before stream, and then me trying my concrete design, which it works. But Ed and Excited were being very productive while I was chatting, and being ADHD. Ed went ahead and made a couple different blueprints here. He ended up making this train track version. He's only got the straight piece, but it's pretty cool looking. Excited, he does a lot of cool artistic builds. He came on. I told him not. I said, "Don't worry, don't have to overwork." But he came on. He went through a couple of different variations as he was figuring out his build, and he ended up with this lovely little thing, which I think is really cool. It is actually pretty cool looking. I love how he used the catwalks underneath these foundations to kind of give it texture on the bottom of the train track, and he made this quite good stand. I think it's a really like futuristic, modern-y sort of train track, monorail sort of look. It's really, really good. And Ed's got this nice, big industrial vibe. And he built it so my roads could fit underneath. It's just a question of getting his to work with turns. We'll see if we can do that, which we should be able to in some variation. But I think Excited's, and that'll be good. His for certain areas, but his getting into tight areas, his isn't going to work as well. So I think like Excited's here is pretty sweet, and we just need to get a turn variation on it so we can build nice clean turns. Obviously, you could build freeform too. That would be totally fine with his, and just connect the train tracks. That would be doable too. You don't have to do like the pretty turns like the roads, because you're right. You could just do this, and it would work. Oopsie. So. The inside turn didn't do very well, but probably needs to be longer apart. But that is one way to do it. But if I wanted to do the other turns that I was talking about, that I showed the other people where the catwalk turns, I think we can do it. We're going to try it. We'll do it up high like he's got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a copy of his blueprint. We're going to work with that. We're going to see if we can narrow it down to a single piece here. We got tall Cybertrack here. Put it right in the middle. But I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this, because if we do the turn, you might need to we'll have to have one blueprint where we maybe we'll have one that has this in it and one that doesn't, because that way you can add it in various places. But it's going to be kind of hard, because when you have a pillar base like this, when you build it into the blueprint, you have to have something to put it on. So you're going to have to build... It's got to stick on the ground, or... You may not need to do something with it. But if you do the turns, the problem is you don't have anything under the turns, and... Why is there a floating...
That's silly.
Why is there a floating...
Yeah, I don't know. His name is Jerry, and we love him. He's doing his best.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Jerry?
And Jerry it is. Jerry's... But if we wanted to keep it underneath it, we need to figure out how to do a turn method so that we could keep the pretty train underneath. So what I'm going to do is pare down. I'm just paring down his build, which we're disassembling how he did it. It's pretty cool. He taught us a couple things here. I have to, learn his techniques. It'll make me a better builder.
It's just clever pad usage, to be honest. It's like, if you see something that looks nice, it's all about texture and depth, to be honest. It's like... I like the underside of this catwalk. It's this catwalk specifically as well, because the other ones doesn't have this pattern.
All right, we're going to get rid of the train.
Yeah, it's only the straight catwalk.
So
Moving.
I'm kind of keeping his distance, but we're going to have to pare this down to one foundation. Disassembling his hard work here.
It's just catwalks now.
It's okay. I have to put the beams back. You have to...
It's a really bare boat.
Oh, don't want that blueprint. So I think you had the beams on the side like this.
Mm-hmm.
So now, how can we do a turn? Let's try it like that. We're going to call this, what did you call your other one? Tall Cybertrack X. I'll call this Tall Cybertrack X right turn.
You don't actually notice the difference between his and mine if you connect it like 5 meters apart.
Yeah.
It's probably wouldn't. Yeah, there's a slight bend, but you know what? That's fine. But that's cool.
Either that, or you can fix it. You know, like you can just put it close together.
All right, let's try. It's Tall Cybertrack.
You can't move yours over, can you?
I mean, I would lose the middle here, like that. I like. You know, I would close the gap between the.
All right.
The walls here, but like it doesn't matter really.
Let's see here.
It disappeared completely, didn't it?
I did a right turn. I'm doing this left. All right. I'm starting with the straight piece. We're gonna see what it looks like if I just do a turn. It's gonna be a little jagged, but we're gonna see what it looks like because this one doesn't have pillar sidewalls, so it's a little different. So okay, so right turn. I guess it's the same thing. It's just a single piece, not really a right turn. Because foundations are going to clip. Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Even if I could figure out how to nudge it center.
I think you could. Yeah. Because okay, the what is it called? The pillar here is gonna hide. You can't see the foundation when these are on anyway, so you can technically make it turn in catwalks. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm using I'm using the catwalks to create the turn, and then.
So yeah, I can maybe try it.
Trying to make sure I line. It's hard to because it's so high. It's hard to line up. Meaning that the turn is kind of hard to... Who is at the door?
People. Unless they've invented robots. Or dogs can knock on doors.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta go find out what this is. Someone walked home?
Because if you made a variation that was really, it stopped on a pillar, do that before the turn, and then if the turn had the things missing, it wouldn't matter too much. I mean, so that this pillar was on the end of a, pillar was on the end of the track.
It's one of those days where everyone doesn't seem to realize that I'm in here streaming. This I don't know about. Maybe.
Oh yeah, you can use pillars.
I'm thinking if this stopped here.
I wonder if I could do the same thing with the beams that I did with the pillars.
If that was here, then it wouldn't matter if it just turned freely. Unsupported.
I think I could.
Oh, that's right. Yours is not centered because you got that 1 meter. Is it centered?
Yeah, it's centered.
Well, it just gave me an idea, so I'm gonna see if I can.
Yeah, it's centered. Okay. I'm curious now. Could I do the catwalk method backwards like I did with
That's what I'm thinking.
just like I did with the pillars, and then use the beams to do the same thing I did with the pillars. It's a little easier, but So we do like this. We do like this. And then we connect these two using freeform mode. There's going to be little gaps, but I don't know how to fix that. Pillars we can fix that, but these I can't. But that's okay. I mean, I think in the long run, if you darken them up using whatever color he's using, and I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this, and then we can do probably the same thing here, where I think, actually I have no, yeah, we'll do the same thing. We'll do standard default mode here, we'll default mode here, and then we'll go freeform. So we connect these two pieces like that. And then we can get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of that. This one, it's kind of getting covered, but we'll see. Might have to do that with the catwalks too. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's do the same thing. Goodness. I cannot, like, okay. So basically, my son, like, vanished. My wife was picking my son up from the swimming, and then he vanished. And he showed up here, so I guess he walked home. Oh, I need to do this again. So, oh, how am I going to do that? I need to do his method, which was like this, and then he used, I got to get it half a meter. I got to get that extra meter over. Oh, could I just do this? I know what I can do. We just got to go over by 3? Yeah, that works. There we go. There's our extra meter. So now we have our reverse piece here. So we can do the same thing. Freeform there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And this one, I actually don't know. Because before I did something like this. Default mode, 4 meter. This isn't supposed to be. Maybe it'll work. Maybe. We'll just put the 4 meters right here like before, like the other one. But I don't think it's at the same spot, so it may not work. So we'll adjust it though. So we can get rid of this, probably to my regret. This, and this, and this. And maybe that'll work. So we'll get rid of these. Can we turn this into a turn? I think it'd be easier on the ground, but, you know, we've got to work with what we got. Oh, I got to save it. What is going on here? Ed's track is pretty sweet in the big city. And factory area X maybe would be nice cross-country spans. Yeah, Dan could maybe work in between. Mine, yeah, it's going to be... I was thinking it would look like the roads, but yeah, kind of like where they went. I hadn't, like, decorated mine out, so I don't know. But they did. No.
Yeah, but
no!
For you to decorate.
No!
Entire
I just deleted my work. It's talking. It's fine. At least not all of it. I can just turn to where it was.
You're in the wrong blueprint design.
I got it back. I was trying to save it. At least I know what I did, so I can rebuild it easier. 3 meters here. There we go. Too much stuff going on.
You getting curious over here? Or?
What's that? You doing something over there?
No, like
nothing. You carry on then.
Okay. I'm just trying to like carry on his blueprint so we have track underneath.
It's going to take you a stream to decorate your one. So.
Yeah, so it's fine. No worries. That's kind of what, you know, I'm slow.
Hmm.
I should try to be faster. Some days, I mean, I can build a factory fast. Factories are easy for me. I can build them all day.
Mm-hmm.
Design work, yeah, I'm slow. Oopsie, not freeform. Okay, I don't know which is going to do, but not freeform. Freeform off. Okay, default. Do a 4-meter default there. All right, we're good. So we get rid of this. Okay. Save, not load. Resave it. Okay. All right. Now I have my test track over here. We can get rid of that. Here we go. Right turn. So it's a bit of a pain to set up, but here we go. Problem is I just can't see. It's hard to see where the base connects. So I think it's centered there. So that doesn't look right. Oh, because it's not. There we go. Hold. No, why doesn't that want to work with me? That's not fair. Okay, that totally doesn't work with beams. Wonder why. Because in theory, they should have snapped. So why does this feel like it's off? Oh, probably because... Probably because it's got to be more like this is centered over that. That's what I did wrong. Okay. I gotta find some marker at the base or something so I know how to like line it up. That's a good idea. So we have this here. So let's line up a beam at the bottom here so that I can, from the inside, let's put it, leave out. Fine, free form. I want. Fine, just do that. Okay. So that'll give me a center marker for where the foundation is. So that should line up with the foundation. They're doing all the pretty creative stuff. I'm trying to figure out the functionality. Turn. Okay, now I have a piece that I can use for lining up. Because I want this matching the center of my turn foundation. So it should connect properly. As long as everything is... You can do it on the line right there. So one right there, and then... Not blueprint mode. Hold, put it in the center there. Still not working the way I want. Why? Why doesn't that line up right? I don't know. That totally does not work at all like I thought. That's a right turn. It worked over there. Outer turn work is arc length. Yeah. I was trying to center it based off of... Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, hold on. Get rid of this. I think I don't need... Get rid of this. It's supposed to be based on the 3 width, so... He's got his here, which... Get rid of that. Oh. Oh, I didn't clear that. I cleared my designer. Oh, well. And... Okay, so we can do his here. So now it's centered, and its edge is touching... where it should be. So the arc length should be matching up now, or whatever. So we'll do this again. Actually, this would be a straight piece. Gotta bring it forward by 1. Let's try that. Okay. So we'll bring it forward by 1. So it's now sticking out with that one foundation. And then the turn starts. So we'll use my attempt here to match his up. Supposed to go this way. Oh, I put that on the wrong side. Was that the... Terrible. Okay, fine. We'll do it from the inside. No big deal. That should line up there. And then that should line up. Use hold nudge mode there. Same thing here. Still doesn't work that well. I'm not sure why. Because I had these kind of the same. Oh, it's because I did the arc. Oh, you're right. I wasn't listening to you, Warp. The arc, this arc here is the turn here. Since it's not the same width as my road, the arc doesn't line up as perfectly. So when I'm lining it up on the road, it's a little bit better, but it's not right. So I got to find a way. Yeah. The problem here, I'm basing off a 3 foundation turn, and this is based off of non-3 foundation turn. So that is my problem right now. So how wide is his? So this is just the trial and error to get these things to work. And I think, okay, now we know. So this is what I need the basement off of. So that way the turn is the same as the roads. Get rid of that. Problem is, how can I line it up with his? Oh. I don't think that matches up perfectly, though. It's off by just a little bit. That's okay. I have an idea. So I just got to do what he did. So we'll do our turn. Same thing. Like this. And now I just need to somehow mimic what he did, which is going to be interesting. I think I can do it. Get rid of these. Don't need them. He used these... He's the beam, and he was able to move things over by a little bit. So we'll try that. He said you can snap these to the beam somehow. What are they doing over there? I thought it was like this. Was it like this? I gotta go look back at the video. I gotta go look back at the stream, my own save house. There we go. So if I can do that, then I should be able to do this. No. Well, if I put the beams on there. That follows the arc. Sort of. No, that's too far in. He did it more. He did it less. Okay. Excited. How did you do this?
Hmm?
How did you get this spacing? I'm trying to do your thing to match up the spacing.
Oh, by using the small foundations. You can only do it by those.
Yeah, but you're like, from where I need to match up with the road turn radius, which is what works so perfectly, I need to get... How did you...
I don't understand your problem. You need to explain it to me.
So I'm trying to get this arc, this turn piece matched up with where yours was, but as you can see, I'm... Yours isn't quite... Yours is like... Oh, maybe it's just 1 meter. I don't know.
I mean... Okay, I'm going to try something here. guess I feel like if I move this up by...
No, it's more like if you notice the foundation, yours passes the midpoint of the foundation just a little bit. This one's snapped to the middle of the foundation, or the edge of the foundation.
Oh!
You see how yours is your fraction? I don't know how you got it there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get this turn radius working with yours, and then everything should line up. Because otherwise, I got to build a base that matches yours, which might work, but it won't. I don't think it'll line up as easily. Maybe we can't. I might have to just match your trains thing, which is fine. If I have to match your base and use the catwalks on it, then it might work fine. This is cool, though.
That's not right, is it?
Try rotating the other way. Oh, there you go. Perfect. That lines up. Okay.
Beautiful.
Now we need to get this over
Did
here.
you see how I did it?
I think you just did on the other side from what I was doing. I think this will be 3 meters. And it lines up. Perfect. Now I can do, maybe this will be based, now this will be properly based off of this turn. Get rid of this stuff. Maybe it'll work this time. All right. Halfway there. Halfway here. We'll do the freeform between. Same thing here. Default halfway. Halfway. Oh, I hope it works. At least close enough. This one, I'm not really sure. This one, I'm going to go with default because I don't really know. This inside may not work. You know what? I should probably just do it. Because we're doing beams. I can do more than I can do with pillars. So we'll do the same thing here. Inside, inside. Freeform. Default. Default. And then freeform. All right, with any luck, the turn will be built correctly now. I don't know about this inside piece. It's questionable, but I'm going to save where we got this at before it template. Just cancel, save, and then I'll delete these pieces out and save it back to what it was.
Oh no. I think I might have just found a way easier way to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
What, the turn?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be nice, instead of me struggling like this using my road method. All right, let's see if it works.
I don't know if it's good, though.
I probably should have put a piece down at the bottom. This is the inside of the turn, so it's fine. We'll do the inside still. Default. Perfect. So we'll just put a little piece right there. Resave. With any luck, there's the template. In this case, I need to... Wait, that's not that one. Oh, track turn. Here we go. All right. All right, with any luck. So we'll line this up. Actually, I have no idea. This may not work because... I probably should have left the template in there. So the width would be right. Well, maybe. Hold there. No, it's not going to work. The problem is that I'm lining the thing down. So why don't we do this? If I just did it based off of my turn radius. I did this, right? So we'll use this to give us the width. So we can just match it up with the road below. Did you find a way to do it?
It's really weird, but yeah. I think I might have found a way to do it.
Well, it's a different turn radius, so the question is, will the track work with it?
I do not know.
You need an extra
You
piece out
probably
here.
need two. You probably need like pre-made tracks.
I can just do this. Go from like half the foundation.
I was about to make the blueprint here anyway.
Oh, that works.
Oh.
You're going to want to connect at the halfway point. Just put another single piece down. All right, I'm going to try mine while you're figuring that out.
Yep.
All right, here it is. I got a template on here. So now it lines up. We built it with we did the radius with the foundation. So now by adding foundations, I'm totally not achieving anything because this totally doesn't line up. Even though it should because we built it with that. Ah! Okay. I have given up. I don't think it's maybe. I mean, technically it works. Better than before, kind of. Only problem is this doesn't necessarily line up with this, but that's because this is freeform mode and it's going to be sunken in. So it just needs to correct, just like the pillars on the road, you have to correct it afterwards. But that's not too bad.
I mean, if you just don't do the...
This one you do is either correct it, just freeform it.
Yeah. But the best, like, you can even do it by just following the foundation here.
And that might work because I wasn't doing it that way earlier. But I'm not sure. Because that'll leave a bigger gap. But I guess it doesn't matter. My original thing was, yeah.
You never notice those gaps when I like do it all over my builds and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that creates that. That's when you do it. But this isn't working as well as I'd hoped either, so...
I mean, this actually looks pretty good. Ooh, and the underside especially. It fits really well.
Takes a lot of custom work. From a distance, you won't be able to tell once you're done, but it's not quite as plug and play. You know what? You just need to have some single pieces and just connect the tracks and just like, okay, I don't know. What's the underside look like? Oh, the underside works.
I'm floating away.
Oh, yeah, I heard a little thing. Wow, okay. I spent enough time on that. Where did my thing go? Where'd my thing go? You still floating away? What's Ed doing?
Yeah, I'm still floating away.
Ed's doing something. Where'd Ed go? Oh, he's over there. He's doing all kinds of things. Let's check in on what he's doing. Oh, I see what he's doing. Trying some other versions. Interesting. I just tried to do turns. My pillar method worked, but I knew it wouldn't work with beams. The reason why I don't do beams on the road is because I can't get them overlapping like the pillars. And you could always end up with those little gaps with the beams when you try to do curves. Obviously, you could just not do the curve. You could just, like before, you just have your straight pieces. You could easily do what you just did here. Have a couple... How did you do that, by the way?
Use the beams.
Oh, you could use the grid method. Ed went by me. It's like whoosh, whoosh. I'm struggling also. I'm playing Anno 1800, but after I save the game, it's not showing up in saved game folder. Keep losing progress. Oh. That's weird. Can't find the correct... Yeah, sometimes the internet does not have what I want. I think... we can... I got another idea. I'm going to use my thing over here. Let's... I'm going to kind of go off of what he was doing. Soup mode. But I'm going to use my method here. And that still gets our turn. We'll get rid of these. Because this is not a sustainable method if it has to fix all the beams. So
well,
many.
that's just something I would do in like my world. I would take the time to make everything look
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to
scrumptious.
see, like even my blueprint roads, they don't cover everything. So knowing how to like build the roads by hand is still useful for the, like all the little edge cases that it doesn't cover. Here's your short thing. So what if I did? So let's do every other one. So if I get rid of these, we'll get rid of every other one here, like this. Could be either way, but I'm gonna go. Don't have to do every other one.
Somewhat fit the track, not in a perfect way, but
yeah, if I do this 10, where's your short? And then I could do this. I could center this. I could have probably gone further, but either way, I could do. Just gotta center.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. I don't know.
Center this, but I'm still using the same arc turn radius, you could say, that I normally did for roads.
Oh, so it works perfectly.
Whoopsie. Why did that rotate? I wish I could eyedropper dot the blueprint. That would be nice. I was like looking at the base and...
This will also make the pillars look pretty neat.
I mean, you could probably go further or something, but... And you could have maybe we could have a version that just didn't have the pillars. That way, if you just wanted, like, spread the pillars out more, you could do a high version of just the flat piece. But then we could connect the road. You could connect it just like you did. Because this could also use my merge grids. I don't know about over there, but this works fine. But then, so this would need to be... I think for the track to do the turn, you need to start at the halfway point of the foundation, and then you could turn and go to the halfway point of the foundation. So
I mean, like I said on my other one over there, it's like it's not perfect, but it's definitely.
I mean, yeah, we could do them. We could halfway point. But see, this now follows the turn radius of the track pretty darn well. I don't think it's perfect, but.
Not the small one, but the big one is way better than what I have over there.
It might just take adjusting where I start the turn. Because I was doing it like halfway point, but what if I did, 1 meter forward? And it's got to end 1 meter back. Interesting. I didn't expect that. There you go. That's centered. I wonder if I can do the same thing over here. So, halfway plus 1 meter. And then this will be halfway minus 1 meter, interestingly enough.
I don't know if you can hear me yet, but like the color you're looking for is 2D, 2D, 2D.
What's
That's the color for it. Like the color code is 2D, 2D, 2D. It's really easy to remember.
Because, yeah, we could... Oh, yeah, 2D, 2D, 2D. I'm going to put my custom color since we're playing with that. 2D, 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 2D. So hard to type, apparently. All right. But, yeah, you could merge that, and then...
Even with the gaps underneath it doesn't look too bad.
You could also, if you wanted to have it more spread out, you could probably remove, like, more. Like, after you've got it set up, you could probably remove a blueprint or remove a base. Or as I
say, I could just remove, like, this pillar right here.
Yeah, or as I said before, we could have a template of your track without the pillar on it, and that way, some of the turn pieces you could just do without the pillar and some with, and that way you could space it out more how you like, but it would still have the same track pieces. That way we wouldn't have to delete it after the fact. But that would work. And then just do straight pieces here. We'll put on his tall Cybertruck X. Like, snap it. Snap, blueprint, snap. Right there.
I'm definitely gonna remember this track. Like, I think I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, I like it's pretty nice. Ed's is I like them both. Mine was shit compared to the both. I didn't accomplish anything.
I mean, I love it.
How normal for?
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
But I'm working on like I'm making the cyberpunk universe thingy.
Yeah. And then obviously this would be just depend on where you go and then depend on your base. But the problem is this needs to go on a base, so this would have to be on a foundation that turns. So it'd be really nice if you could somehow make this base without the top, and then it could be snapped to the bottom of your blueprint. Like, let's clear.
You just make it with the.
Yeah, clear it out. So because that would be it'd be different though, because I think it's not gonna snap perfectly with the blueprint though.
Yeah, you just delete everything else apart from the base support, and it will still put the track up the top. And then you just deleting one item on every turn.
Let's just do the Cybertruck short. Now the only problem is that it's not going to clip into. It's going to want to snap to the bottom of it, so it might not work as advertised. But it would be, because think of it this way, if you could do this, you could then build your tracks flat, which may still be hard because you don't have the pillar, but to line everything up. But if you build it flat, then you could have a pillar, and then you could have this stick to this to the bottom, and then you could, if you had like, if the terrain changes underneath it, you wouldn't need to have a foundation underneath it. You could just build an additional pillar underneath it, like a concrete pillar or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's, so let's just Cybertruck X support. So I deleted just the track. But the problem, as I'm pointing out, is that he's got it clipped in, and it's not going to do that because of the way blueprints work.
I mean, you could always make, the big pillar here. Like, this concrete pillar here. I'm pretty sure it's going to snap to that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where can I snap this? Can I snap this? It won't snap anywhere. I got to build this thing higher up.
I'm happy with this, like, because one of the problems I have with like the train tracks in the game is that they're very flat, like they're really flat, and that's one thing I would like the developers to change if they ever did, was to make like some kind of.
Oh, we need a flat track, so I gotta.
I don't know, not like as in flat, but like, I mean, the underside of the train tracks are really boring. There's no texture to it.
We need some way to build your train track at the base of the thing. That's the problem, because I can't snap. But I don't think you'd be able to do that very easily. So your tracks are just the way they are. But the problem...
you can't snap them to each other, or...
No, I guess, never mind. You don't need to worry about what I just said. Because if, let's just say we did this and there is something below. Yeah, because what I was saying was like, I needed something, if there was no ground below it, we used this. But the reality is, I was thinking it would be nice to have a piece you could just stick there. But that's not necessary, because you're right. You could just take a pillar and attach it and then zoom down,
Yeah.
So that'll work. So
or
never
you
mind.
could remove the foot and then just go like take the black bit and go further.
Yeah, if you had a way to template that so you could attach more onto it, but that works. You could also use the steel. You could use the steel one or the frame one or
steel one.
whatever your preference is. If they could add painting beams back in, you could paint the beams again.
But you could paint the beams.
The concrete ones you could, but for some reason in update 8 that broke. Only gonna make it.
Yeah.
Jocko said, by the way, he's also doing a cyberpunk city, and he's only gonna make it hard on himself playing it with Satisfactory. You're doing Satisfactory plus cyberpunk? Oh my goodness, that would not be your wheelhouse. Excited.
I'm not. I don't know.
Satisfactory.
I've never seen Cyberpunk or
Satisfactory.
anything like that.
Well, Satisfactory Plus is a like Satisfactory, a factory out of hard mode. It's just
Oh,
it's
how do you get Satisfactory on a hard mode?
it's a mod. It's called Satisfactory Plus, and it basically changes the entire like factory element of the game. It adds a whole new machines. It adds new miners. It adds a whole ton of new recipes. Just a ton.
Oof.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Well,
so
thank
that
you.
works. But now we need to. So elevation though. What if we wanted to elevate?
There you go. Elevation design.
Okay, let's come out to.
Oh, if you wanted to go up. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll work. I just gonna have to see what. That's
It won't
the.
have the texture.
So we kind of got curves figured out, and it works fine. We just need to be able to go up. How do you want to do up?
You could do it with normal sloped beams. You just wouldn't have the texture of the.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
would you? Depends on what's like.
It'd be a bit steep, wouldn't it?
Cybertrack short. Maybe put one up
Maybe.
here.
What's that?
That is a bit steep.
Yeah, I mean, it was a shot at the dark. I just picked a piece here. What? That's only because I think I probably should have. It's probably still a bit steep. I probably should have done one more forward. Like here. And I gotta go play with Eds and see what we can do. Eds is... Yeah, I love Eds. It's just gonna be great for a big... I can just imagine that as a big, like, logistics station with all the trains coming in, you know, working with Eds.
And all the what's it called? Industrial looking beams
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like fitting into like the factory and stuff like that.
So that follows a 2-meter ramp there, basically.
I am sure I could decorate this somehow. But my brain doesn't work anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Like I have given you the last of my brain juice. I've been playing Satis all day.
That's fine. That's fine. We don't need to work that out. I think yours works pretty well. I think because we can always add in a ramp later if you figure out something. But yeah, it works. We need to work on Ed's then, so you can take a break though. But yeah, yours is great. I love it. It's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna use it. It's gonna be pretty around the. It's gonna be pretty around. Easy way to do around the map for all the turns. We just need a single version of it, a single track version.
Yeah, see, that's the. I mean, it's probably not an issue because you can just put the pillar directly on the track. But it's not gonna look as sleek, you know what I mean? Like because like the whole design is based around the two tracks.
It's true.
Yeah, the angle between them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just need to make a smaller version of it.
Oh, wait a minute. What if I turn the
Ooh,
pillars so they go like
yeah,
across the thing?
you could do that. Then you could have a single track
Probably.
version. Because I don't think I'll do too much single tracks, but it's one of those things that you will do. It's just, you're going to have a little remote outpost that only has one train going in and out, and then you're like, I don't need to double track. I mean, you could, but a single track version, it's a pretty sweet...
People can't come in here and say that we didn't try things out because there's just train tracks everywhere now.
There was a few variations. My pathetic concrete variation.
I mean, I think yours look pretty good. I kind of like the way that the concrete pillars just fit perfectly, And
yeah, I'll have to play with it more. I'm sure I can spend time with it when I'm not chatting on stream as much. I can be productive occasionally. Ed's
okay, let me just do one thing to your concrete pillar thing.
Now, the one thing I got to figure out, besides elevation, the single track's good, but I got to have to figure out how we're going to do... What else can we do with Eds? Because Eds is great. We're going to need to have a couple more pieces. We're going to have like a merge piece or something.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to bring the train in? Where are we going to merge it? You need a piece where we can bring a train in from the side. Or from above, but, you know, basically from the side. I mean, they merge nicely when they're flat. The nice thing about... Oh, I wonder if we can fit a hypertube. Can we attach a hypertube to Exciteds?
If you look in mine, underneath the rail, actually, there is no...
Do I not have hypertubes unlocked in this guide world? Because I don't think I unlocked everything.
No way.
Can I just do that through the advanced game settings now? Because this thing, I think I needed roads, so when I did the unlock progression, can I just unlock all phases? There you go.
You're cheating.
Unlock all tiers, unlock all research in the MAM, unlock all... Well, this world... There we go.
This is his cheaty world.
This is my cheaty world. We're in creative mode doing cheaty stuff. But the idea here is that, you know, you can come over... I could come over here, play around, I could build something, and then I can take the blueprints over. It's kind of like how I did the roads. Let's see. Sadly, that the train stations so big and are not smaller, I tried to do 4x4 train stations, but that half the Dune Desert. Oh, it's like, I can be productive. Squirrels. Yeah, that's true. I get really, really distracted. It's fun. But it's fun. It's kind of the way it goes. Especially when the people are on here doing great stuff. I just get distracted. Need to belt or run tracks or some sort of runs to fill up train stations. Yeah, we're going to still have to build train stations, but that's not as big of a deal because we can just run... We need a main network of tracks around the world. We're going to need some spots for industrial, which is where Eds are going to come in because we can just... You can lock in and connect them into things because they fit nicely within 4 foundations. This fits perfectly within 4 foundations. Exciteds is great for cross-world and tight turns and stuff. So I think we're going to...
I touched your thingy.
You touched my thingy? Ed did that. He played with that. Yeah, I wanted to do some... For the concrete ones, I was thinking of doing things like arches and different things. I was going to play with different underbellies. And that was the nice thing about doing the flat version of the track is that I could create different support structures and snap to the bottom of the blueprint. At least that was the idea in my head at the time. How well it'll work out, I don't know. But simplicity-wise, yours is great for cross the world. Ed's is going to be great for... And Ed's adding tubes in now. But I think we can still add hypertubes to yours. I'm just curious how we can... Can we snap to it?
Anyway, I'm going to have to go now. So
okay.
Thank you for today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Excited for hanging out with us and doing some cool train tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night. Go enjoy your rest. Yeah, so that works. So his can fit hypertubes as well, perfectly. Oh, nice. So it fits basically 12 foundations. It's nice. So we can do hypertubes. Don't think I'll be doing belts with this, but I mean, you could. I bet you could attach this wall piece on. You could run a belt if you needed to. Mark 5. Doesn't go very far. You removed all the base pieces. Oh, did you made some flat pieces? Okay, cool. Try blueprint snapping, it might work. Oh, really? Yeah, maybe not.
Because there's a rail on top of it.
But I can't run a belt now.
No, you can't.
You ruined my whole plan. That's fine. Doesn't really big deal. You know, I've wondered if he had angled these beams. What if he had... Come on, activate flight mode. What if he had done... Just out of curiosity, because this thing's great, but I wonder if the beam had been turned like this. What do you think of that? Just a slight turn.
What does that do?
Just creates that bit of a beveled look. So instead of it being flat, it could be slightly beveled like that, little angled. I don't know. He's got the better eye for this stuff, but almost feels like the Satisfactory sandbox too small with these train stations being so large. Yeah, I gotta admit, train stations get huge. Truck stations, if you're doing trucks, you know, having to build multiple truck stations is pretty large too.
Warp has a point. The bevel on the angle is going to be awkward.
Yeah, it's curious. Let's.
On the outside.
That's why I tested over here where the curve is. Like, let's test curve like that, and then manual work. Will it have an effect? I probably should have done default. Ow! Ew. Whoopsie, I didn't turn them. Default. Still gonna do freeform on these turns. Well, that's straight, so we can go just do a big long straight one. Right, how did I get here? 3. Go all the way to here. Default mode. We'll paint it, see what it looks like. I think he did something different when the connection points. I don't know. Maybe I need to do half default mode. Freeform to here, maybe? Freeform to here? Oh. I think he had something. It's a matter of the... We still had to do some manual work on this when he connected it, but... So now we can do freeform to the center. Snap. It's not really doing anything. But it's fine from a distance. I don't know. Maybe the bevel didn't matter. Because that's what it looked like straight. That's what it looked like with the bevel. Need more light. You wouldn't be seeing this part. Interesting to think about. Excited if you're watching, you got to check that out. See if maybe the bevel. All right. I think that works. So his is good. He came on, did some good stuff. Like that. Simple. Good. If these come out of the mod, mod that turn a la recourse, including yourself and builds to downsize, maybe the Dune feels...
Belts. I'll put the back, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you did belts? Yeah, with the thing. Yeah, belts will work when you have the pillars, but if you could always take the pillars away once you set them up, but that was just an example. I don't think we'll do too many belts along with train tracks, but, you know, just testing it, because you never know. You need the utility. So if you have something structure built and you're like, I need to get this belt or this tube over there, then or pipe, you know, at least something you got there to use. That works. All right, so belts and pipes, everything works. It has got utility, and yours has tons of room for utility because you got all these things. What else can we do with yours? I don't know. Maybe we should just take these back and go start building. What time is it? What time? Oh, we got like almost 2 hours.
You've got
Oh, you're right, it's late for you. What else could we do with yours? We're going to need a connection point, so at some point we'll need to be able to bring it. We're going to have to bring... We'll need a piece that doesn't have the railings or something, or the walkways.
No, it's all modificatable.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got this. I don't know where you are. I'm over at the blueprint.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at your big piece, trying to think about it.
So that's the one, and then this is the joiners.
The joiners? Oh, the in-between pieces. Perfect. Nicely done. I bet I could still do the turns with it, but it would look weird with all the catwalks.
Yeah, you just have to omit them on the turns.
But yeah, yours is I wonder if we could do... You don't have to admit them, it's just a matter of the outside of the turn might not be so bad. The inside would be terrible. I don't know. Well, you might just be able to do a big piece. Might be able to just come up with a couple pieces and just do 90-degree turns with yours if you needed to. We got to figure out how we're going to like integrate it, because nudged into the steel structure on edge on the top of each pillar. You nudged it. Oh, what are we doing? Maybe slightly lighter gray for the beams, but not too light. Lights on top of the pillars on X's and nudged into the steel structures on eds. You think lights? Oh. Because I have Lumen. Do I have Lumen on right now? I do have Lumen on, I think, right? Video. Do I have Lumen on? I do. We don't have nighttime, though. But yeah. You could do a little light there or something. Can you nudge a light? Can you nudge signs? Oh, you meant lights. You could nudge it into the blueprint. You could. Either on top too. Sort of. I had it there. Doesn't have a good snap point. Top of the pillar it does. Just curious. What is it? Another one here? I don't know how to get... Oh, that's because it's on top of the pillar. It doesn't snap. Oh, there we go. Hold. No. Hold. Rotate. Oh, I gotta rotate it first. Rotate. Hold. Ah, it doesn't let me do it that close. That's too bad. I don't think it needs streetlights, but
they need to add a
double
tube light, or just a tube light that just lights up.
Yeah, because you could do this. I bet we could do his. That might not be. Commander Yuke has them on DS and looks pretty sweet on the rails. Yeah, might need to be. It might be too low. Probably find another. Yeah, that's fine. Could fit. Yeah, the half method. Gotta paint it his color so it matches everything. I wonder, could we do his thing? Would it work? Do this. Default mode. Stick it out here. I gotta play with this trick. I just learned this from Excited today. So this snaps here. This snaps here. So I'm not sure how a street light looks. His build looks really good without it, but I could see how people would want.
He was playing with lights and then decided not against it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Because, I mean, it looks pretty good without it. It kind of changes the whole look of the build when you put the light on it. But it could be. Could have lights if you wanted to. There you go. That's about as close as we're going to get to with this method. There's probably a way to get it closer, but at least with the way I'm snapping it to it, it's not too bad. But Lumen, yeah, we need nighttime. Unfortunately, I don't have any mods on, so I can't just turn them on and try it. But you can turn them on. Oh. Well, it's not going to work outside the blueprint, but let's try that. What's that? Trap with lights. I'm going to have to go through so many blueprints. Snap it here. Just connect them to each other. Should work in this world. Because we have the no power. It's no power cheat on right now, so it just works. As long as you have something connected, it works. Build a box around it. Mean like this? I don't quite have the eye for it that he does. Let's see what he did here. Maybe like that. I probably could have gone down 1 meter and it would have worked fine. Like this.
He meant looming what around.
Oh, build a box around it. Well, I mean, that continues his kind of design. Oh, it makes it dark in Lumen? Oh, yeah, we can do that.
No, Sky UI is buggy.
Yeah, Sky UI is it's nice, but in multiplayer, it caused problems in Update 7 too. I think I remember. Not all the time, but yeah, there was crashes that happened, and it might have been related to Sky UI. All right. Oh wait, why don't we just go inside? No, we already got a box there, so we'll do. Help me, Ed.
Why? More fun watching you do.
I can build a box fast.
And
Ed's like, I can build it faster.
Not when my screen bug, not when I bug out.
It's true, I got an advantage, host advantage.
Can't fly at the moment. Can't move. Buggy. Can't get round that corner. We can't go over the top.
This world is gonna look crazy once I take a step back from it. All right. Go to. Oh, let me go ahead and just put the blueprint down because I'm not gonna be able to see where to get with lights. We'll just put it down here in the middle. Soup.
You soup.
Oh, connect. There we go. And close this off. Turn off your flashlight. Very dark under here.
To me, it's still quite light in this box.
It's very interesting what Lumen is doing right now. I got it on high. They need to bring back cinematic.
Is that getting a water reflection?
Yeah, it's like getting a weird, like... Lumen's, like, being weird. Yeah, it's like a disco ball in here. I'm surprised we're not getting more light.
Well, the little ones don't output much.
Yeah.
Even the ones I put on level 3.
It's on full power, so let's go blue or something, or red. Red. That's why you need things like signs, giant billboard. Red. Huh. I do have Lumen on, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's on. I checked earlier. Oh, this needs to be on level 3. Glossy. There we go. Now we got some ambient light. See, it works really well with signs. I think they haven't optimized it with the lights yet. I think that's what's going on. I think that was something was stated earlier, and I just don't think they've done it. I don't think they've finished it yet. So Lumen isn't very optimized with the lights.
It's not an intended feature.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll fix it with the lights.
I think they got bug priority first.
Yeah, I'm guessing that, yeah, it's pretty low on the totem pole. All right.
Well, that and they're upgrading to 5.2.
Shocked they were going to do an engine upgrade right after another one. And then 5.3 was just announced too, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it makes much difference to them.
Yeah. Why do I see your... Oh, I was like, why do I see your bullets floating? I'm going to die.
What?
I don't have God mode on. Run away. Ow, ow. Ah, stop following me. The bullets just... The bullets. Stop the bullets. I didn't turn on music. I had music ready to go this whole time and I didn't turn it on. I'm so dead. Someone didn't remind me. I could have had music on. I meant to turn it on at the start. No, don't respawn. Come revive me. Oh, that's just insult to injury. Bye. Ah! Oh my goodness. Make sure music's not too loud. Oh, is there another one on me?
No, it's just...
I melted.
You melted.
I melted. Oh goodness. Get away! Run away! Radiation levels.
No.
Oh yeah, thanks, excited. I glad you reminded me. You got nuts? I don't got any.
Some nuts. There you go. Have my nut.
Oh, thanks for the nut.
Draw my nut.
Ed's nuts. Oh man. So we have yours is good. Mine I need to flesh out more. I'll do that later on my own time. But I want to find out. You think we could jump over to the Dune Desert world? Maybe we could. But I don't know what we're gonna do. We got to figure out what we're gonna do. We just need to start building train tracks. We have a basic working. Excited's worked for building around the world. Yours is going to be great for... I got to find a way to attach yours to train stations. See if we can make an industrial train station. That'd be pretty cool. Because I want to make a sleek train station too. But now that you got that big blueprint of yours, I want to make something... You can make some train station that works off of yours.
I added some lights. Just 2.
Little Lumen lights.
Yeah.
If I could play with the Sky UI later. But yeah, that works.
Where the power.
The little ones only... Yeah, the little ones only work when you're close.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can kind of see it reflecting off of some of the frames. I don't know why. Oh, that's just the sunlight. I'm gonna need the blueprints if you make a turn for my design. I think the turn we did, I'll drop the blueprints to you, excited. But I think the turn we ended up doing worked out really well for yours.
Yeah.
I think when you go looking over here, ignore the bevel thing. But yeah, you
don't even notice the gaps.
Yeah, the gaps are... I think the gaps are totally acceptable. I don't see a problem with this personally. Because most of the time, you're not going to be under them. Obviously, there might be a way to use the merging grid method to sort of do it, but I don't think so. If they were larger turns, you could use my grid merge, and you could probably line them up, but...
See, now what we want is quarter foundation.
I know. Quarter foundations would change the world.
It would probably crash most people's. Yeah.
quarter foundation. Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I wonder, why do I still have my FPS on? I thought it was interesting. The Tectonica devs recent update, they pointed out about how they're doing like machine streaming. They were talking about how for like inserters, like if you had 1 million of them on the screen, each one of those inserters is 14 game objects. And so that'd be like 14 million objects they had to deal with. So they made a change recently where that now that million inserters would only be 14 game objects. I was like, wow. That's a nice optimization. So Satisfactory needs to do something like that, but they may have it's Unreal, it's a different system, so who knows. But if they could cut down some objects that way, then like why does each foundation need to be a U object? But you know, it's a different engine. It probably works differently than Unity, so.
Well, yeah, you got to start paying for Unity.
I don't know how that's going to work. The Unity people said that they're going to make some changes, so.
Yeah, they did a rollback on reinstalls.
Yeah. I think, hopefully that but yeah, I'm assuming that they've probably got a deal worked out with Unity already. Because it'd be pretty shitty for them. I don't know. Obviously, they haven't said much about it, so. Foundations are multiple U objects. Foundations are multiple U objects? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not the small one, but the long one. The long side. Yeah, the long side's going to be easier. The small side, yeah. But if you like did the double turns, like this was the single turns. Remember I mentioned you could have done, 4, and then you can make a longer turn. This works with roads. I gotta admit, with this, I don't know how it's gonna work. But, you could do that. And then you would end up having... You could place the pieces in the middle or something. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but to play around with it. Because I'll probably will want to do that, because sometimes you need a larger turn just based off what you're doing. You want something wider. So...
Just more supports, isn't it?
Yeah, so... I wonder. Because with my roads, I would just do turn, single, single, but... We'll have to see. We'll have to come up with this. If he can come up with that. Would be a nice way to fill a gap, to have some sort of... I don't know if he can do the base, but... Well, I mean, these pieces...
Oh, but if you've got a single support...
Yeah, it won't work, because these pieces... They're 2 meters, but they do it in a 4-meter width versus the 2-meter ramp doing an 8-meter incline. So these wouldn't really work, because you can't do 4-meter inclines for the... you can do short 4-meter inclines, but you can't really do 4-meter inclines for trains. Doesn't work. So these won't work for that. So he'll just have to come up with some variation for the ramp. For me, I would only have the train tracks visible for it to look part of any other train track would be underground. Yeah. Excited. Excited showed me one of his older worlds, and they had a ton of train tracks underground. They built like a subway system. It was simple, but it worked. It's effective. I like having my train tracks up in the world. Although I don't mind doing a subway. It's just the concept of doing something underground is interesting. So... But I think that works well. So you don't necessarily need something under it, but yeah. It's going to be hard to do something under it anyways. It looks fine. It looks okay like that.
And if you have a pillar at the beginning and a pillar at the end, you can even probably just modify these pillars to actually look like it's an ending.
Curve of the track doesn't make it work. Oh well. You know what? Nothing's perfect. See, if you have foundation underneath it, you can kind of hide that dip in the foundation. It can handle it. But in this case, you know what? It's fine. It'll still look good. It'll still look good.
But yeah, you can end the support pillar there. Like,
yeah, I think that'll be fine.
With a beam, and then start it again with a beam.
I wonder. What if you did for your end piece here? I'm just gonna do one, but if you the connectors are kind of clipping, so I wonder if we rotate this down by one and then attach them like this. Would that work? Probably not. Probably worse. It's worse. Okay, whatever. Yeah, worse.
That one.
Worse. It's fine.
You did the rail.
You could always do it, yeah, one forward and one minus one. Yeah, you could do that too. You could do that too. That way. Yeah, that works. That way it doesn't clip through it. Looks cleaner. I bet. So it clips there, but if you do it one behind, you could also do it like that. No, it still clips a little bit. But what if I did one forward and then one behind? Would the curve change just enough? No. It's worse. It's worse. So much worse. Yeah, I think just to the end works. 2 in works. But just to the end works just fine too. Oh yeah, you could do end to end. That would be logical, although the beams make it hard. Yeah, that works, and then you can go on. That way you can snap your 4-piece on. What is it? Oh, you would need the empty one. Where's the empty one? Do we have an empty one? We don't have an empty one, do we? I don't... That doesn't matter. I can just delete it. Need to make an empty one of this, and then, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, it's all got rail on.
Yeah, we need to get a blueprint without the... Yeah, that works. And then frames are concrete or whatever to merge into the ground. Frames, concrete, metal, whatever the look is, and that way you can work it on the terrain. Yeah.
Or you just extend the pillar.
Frame doesn't. I think it just depends on the terrain, which it looks like. Metal would work. Concrete would work. Just depends. Your terrain's going to be up and down, so unless you're on solid ground the whole way, you're going to need to provide extensions, and some will be shorter, some will be longer. That's okay if it's shorter. That works. Okay, that train works. Yours... I'm going to want to build a train station
Mine's
out of it.
based on your road, so you can do whatever.
Which is
as we worked out earlier, we can merge from one to the other. So
yeah, it works fine.
it's just a slight deviation.
No, it's fine. Looks great. I think it'll work works just fine. That way, if you want to have a road underneath the train track for some reason, for looks, or I don't think we'll be doing many trucks, but it's good. It works, and it works with the thing. So we'll have to play with the rotation. I kind of want to jump over and build some infrastructure track. Try this out in the world. I guess we could do it here first. Test it out. Let's just fly somewhere and start a track. To see what we can do. Test it out really fast. Let's go test this. Man, flight mode here is so slow. Another nice benefit of pack mod is you can modify the flight speed.
Put it this way. I'm just glad you can delete blueprints in one go.
Oh, I know. That is huge. I love that so much. I think I was going to do various things in this world. Like, we played. This is where we were playing. We were screwing. Last time we were here, we were screwing around during Update 8's release date on the experimental. We had so much fun. I laughed so hard that stream. All right. Nudge and BP delete are the best parts. Yeah, they're great. I can't wait to see. I mean, I can't wait to see when they finish the engine. It's gonna be great. I'm curious what they're gonna do afterwards. This is all my roads. Let's try to do it just up here. We're gonna get rid of.
Do you have a power plant in this one?
I think I was gonna do a coal guide, and I was playing around with a build. I just never did. I may eventually do it, just for shits and giggles.
Oh, look, our crash train.
You
crash train.
You crashed?
No, our crashing train. The train.
Oh, yeah.
Slide together.
We need to get more speed. Get a better crash. I'm going to just try up the side of this thing for the shits and giggles of it. So we'll start with... I'm going to put this on my hotbar so I don't have to keep looking these up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We need... this one, short. We need that one. It's going to be 2. That's about it. We'll just start with 1 here for the 2. I like in the cliff. Doesn't matter.
There is one without that support. There's a rail with no support.
Oh yeah. At this point though, it's going to be like, this is just going to be how it's going to be in the world. It's going to be hard to...
Yeah, I reckon if you're going to go up like a ramp like this, you're going to just have to use the single supports.
Yeah. I think I'm good there. So let's try singles. Singles!
And then you can just, like on a slope surface.
Because it doesn't have to be... I think this is a train. The train tracks are more flexible than roads, so we just going to have to... We can learn to live with... It'd be better if we could get it to line up right, but you know what? It's fine. Let's just see what messing with it does. Because, you know, there's going to be spots. The nice thing about flexible is, like, I like to do roads so you can build them, but I got to admit, the nice thing about trains is you don't necessarily have to stick to the rigid guidelines of foundations. So just using his supports, we can see if we can... What's it going to look like? What is it going to do? It's ironic how we wanted soft clipping and now all we go is, nah, it clips. That's true. Users are crazy. Soft clip is great in many cases. Nudge and blueprint delete are, yeah, we've talked about that. Remember that episode? Oh, yeah. Man, that stream was so much fun. A little wibbly wobbly. I got to get this monitor closer because right now I had set up my second monitor where I have chat. Normally I had it below. When I started setting up the camera, I put this thing like a foot away because originally I was going to have the camera between the 2 monitors. But then when I got it there, I didn't like it. And so I eventually moved it up here and then I never brought this monitor. I should just do that. This arm, there we go. There, now chat is much easier to see because I'm doing a bad job today. Not quite my perfectionist, but... yeah, gonna have to probably spend a little bit more time on this. This was an interesting test, but... because I know what I can do, because I can use my catwalk turn method, and I know that as long as I deal with elevations of 2 meters from foundation to foundation, I could probably make them line up and it'll work. I don't know. We didn't test too much. We tested straight lines on elevations. We didn't really test curves. It would work though, as long as you stick to the catwalk turn method and place this in the center of it. It should follow the rotation much better. It's just going to take a little bit more effort. This was a funny little test, though. Well, let's try. I'll try real fast. Take down this Try quick from the end there. Blueprint, blueprint. All right, so now we tried, that's the free form. Not necessarily the prettiest in the world, so let's try it with using what we learned. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Get a foundation down so I have something to start with. So if I start over here with a foundation, just snap it to the world grid, we'll stick it here. So we come from somewhere over there, and our first piece is going to go here. Oh, I have it right here, so we'll just stick that there. So I would have to template this out like this. So this... Oh, wait. That would... We need... If we're going to do a foundation, this has got to be... This is going to have to be... Because it's centered, it's going to have to be on the edge of a foundation. So it's going to have to be like... Right here. And that way, the end of the track lines up with that foundation. So then you can work with that. Let's add a couple pieces here. We're going to need 2-meter ramps and foundations. And we're going to need catwalks. Oh, 5. Okay. So, we can still go straight a bit. So what we can do is we'll use the 2 meters. We could use 1 meter too. That works fine. But I'm going to go ahead and use 2. Ooh, I got to think about that. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We can do here. 1, 2, and then I could do the same thing. If I want, I could use the singles too, but I can use this piece as well. It, in theory, would work. Singles are probably better. I think this would just be a matter of playing with the style. So this... Put the piece there. I'm just trying the different thing. Oh. I'm going to do a turn in a minute, but I'm just playing around with trying to use the foundation as my base. The only problem is this: when I use foundation as my base, I'm definitely going to be taller than the support structure. But that's okay. Whatever. Just need to come up with a template for whatever, like, underneath it or something. We can always snap to it instead of just a basic thing.
You just take off the bottom pillar version, and then
yeah,
that one you build the 2 meter into the floor, and then
because I think it'd be better to have a wider base. So I think just building something underneath this with a wider, the wider concrete. But I bet we could do a blueprint of some kind that sort of mimics the style he has, and just now wider for support. I think that would be doable. Because if it's just thin all the way down, it's going to look really... Oh yeah, you could do that too. If you had to go really tall, then I would do that. I would have the big pillars, and then you could go to that, and then you could put foundations underneath it. So you could have it wider and wider at the bottom. And if you need it really tall, then put the big thing at the base, and that way... Maybe like after 3 of these. So if you had three standard pillars, then you could put the big base on it or something. But I think, yeah, as long as you keep consistent, I think it'll look good. Yeah. You have a shorter version? Oh, yeah, that's true. But I think if we got a blueprint for this, if we maybe found a way to add some side things like you did, a couple side details, it might add a little... It would keep that look of yours going all the way down. Somehow, some way. And that way you could just snap it to the base. So if it had really tall, you could have a 3-piece here, then your base, then a 3-piece of this, and then another big base, and then something else to go down the bottom. Now, on a flat surface, this will be fine. This will be great. But when we're doing ramps, yeah, we're going to end up being above the ground, but whatever. Okay. So now, let's try turning it a little bit. So we're going to go forward. 2. I need to get it. I'm going to turn to the left, so we're going to try out here. 2. We'll turn just a little bit. Probably could go less, but... If we use at least 2 turns, then it lines up nicely with what we did. So yeah, just put one forward. Yeah, right in the yeah, right in the middle. No, put it on the edge. Put on the... Oh yeah, you're right. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Never mind. Ignore me. Because as long as we need the as long as the foundations line up, it's good. I was thinking that the 4 one had to be on the edge, but that one doesn't. So, and then we'll go. We can do another straight from there. Oh, so 2. I can just 2 snap blueprint mode. And if you do it, you might be able to do this from here to here, and it does a perfect turn. And then just got to connect it with the beams. Now this is where it's going to get dicey. I'm going to have to go... I should have gone up, but you know what? It's fine. We're just going to have to mess with it. So 1, 2, 3... 4. Oh, we'll go here. We'll put a single on there. Oh, it's right here. Number 1. And then from here, I can start turning. Turning back. This is, you know, I don't necessarily have to do these turns, but it's like I'm just doing it for... testing purposes. Let me see here. But this is where I said you could line it up. You could like look at it and go, you know, it's a little harder with the train check, but you could still kind of gauge, you know, am I going to be in line? Can I get past that rock there? Which I'm going to assume I can. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, wow. That's going to be hard, but we'll just have to go up. So we'll go up by 2 meters. Let's try it. Try for a curved track. Will that work? No, that's not going to work. So we can go over here and go up by 2 more meters. Get up. Step. Snap. Come on. Not be nice. There we go. Might have to go further, but we'll see. Oh, we're going to have to go... Probably should have gone straight by 1. No, let's change it back. Because that doesn't go lined up perfectly. Not like I like. So we need to go... Okay, I need to change this up a little bit. Yeah, do a straight one. It's fine. You can go up like that. That's fine.
You're gonna curve back in.
Actually, I'm gonna curve. Actually, I'm gonna curve, and then we'll go up. We'll just use. We can use. Let's go all the way in, and then from here, so we do every other one, so we'll do here and here, and then we just need to do 2 meters here. Yeah, wait, it's 2. You can go up 2 more here. You can go up 2 more there. I think we're not even using this world, but maybe this might work. This might not work. It might have. Yeah, well, I mean, in theory, we're not 8 meters, but let me try this first. Otherwise, if it doesn't work, we'll go down. It may not work. The problem here is that we need to connect it in the middle. We needed a straight here. Do we have a single straight piece without a base? Oh. Do you have a straight piece without a base? It's fine. Let's just do this. Because the idea here is that we're at the end here, and it's not going to work. We need to be... like here. Hold on, let me draw something.
It was gonna work.
Maybe. It's just that you got it clipped. The thing was, I was seeing is that we're attaching the train track to the end, and then the train's raising up, and it's not feel like it's being supported.
I was also trying to get the curve on it, so it joins up in the middle.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to play with.
Well, no, you just extend that out. Build a flat rail up there, and then it bends to that curve.
This is going to take some playing with, so I make sure I can get the curves right. The problem here with this kind of curve and ramp is when we were attaching, it's just that the way the rails are attaching to the end of the piece, and then so this just looks. I don't like this. I mean, this works sort of. That's not curving like I want. It doesn't. Because that's got a straight there. That's why I said that we need the. This needs to come out to like here, and then it should curve up nicely. Needs some work, some play.
You almost want a, yeah, they need a half ramp slope.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be shorter. I think because, you know, obviously if you follow the 2 meter up per foundation, it works when the foundations are straight, but as soon as they're curved, it's less distance and it doesn't work as right. So these, I just need to bring it down some, like you were originally doing. Oh, you already did it. Okay. All right, so now problem is I'm here, so what in the world? That's update 8 train tracks for you right there. The meshing. All right, I'm sure I can make some seamless lifts and stuff with that, but I'm going to go to bed. All right, have a good night, excited. Yeah, it's going to be, this was a trial and error so that I was just seeing what works. This is also update 8 train tracks are doing this. This will probably be smoothed out once they fix it.
And I go back again.
Yeah. So, but it's not bad. It just need a little play work to see how we can get it to work, but ramping and curving at the same time is hard. I think we just need bigger distances so we can make a little smoother piece. But the problem here is that we have the straight here. We have another straight before we're turning, so the curve isn't ideal. Yeah, it's an implementation detail. Obviously, doing the straights and the curves, I think I've got figured out. Figuring out the ideal scenario for this part is going to be hard. What if you instead had a ramp section where the track is pre-installed and an incline?
Yeah, but
I want some. I think if I was doing like a straight stuff, if I wasn't dealing with the rock thing, I think that's what I was planning to do with like my roads version, which I haven't done yet. I would have a straight incline and just build it up, and you could go. You could have longer ramps, which will need something like that probably. For longer runs, you're right. We haven't figured that out. I'll have to work. I'll have to get excited again, but we'll have to figure out some sort of like angled version of this that we can do. Ow! I bet because this is like short runs. Ow! Stop it! Ah. I've got to turn God mode back on. I don't have it. If you kill me here, who knows where I'm going to end up. Eee. But you're right. We need probably for longer ramps. It's a good point, Nano. We're going to need something for longer runs going up. Because, ow! I don't know why that didn't kill me. Do I have any? I do. Where did Ed go? Not that it matters. I'm gonna kill myself doing this. If he hadn't had God mode on.
I have to because I keep glitching in the world.
Yeah, it's true. Where's the other one? I got. This won't work with flight mode. I gotta play with those more. I didn't play with enough Nobelisks. Yeah, we're gonna... For longer runs, we're gonna probably have some ramps where we're going up straight. We're gonna need something... Don't fall, don't fall. Okay. Whew. Okay. I wonder... We're gonna need something ramp-based. Yeah, excited. We'll have to get with excited again because we're gonna need something ramp-based. Because this works, sort of, but if we got a longer run, we're gonna need a ramp in order to make the track continue. Otherwise, we're gonna have this belt. We're gonna have that weird belt effect where you have these the belt spots that you attach the belts to, and they flatten out, and then go back up, and they flatten out and go back up. Obviously, we don't want our trains to look like this. Well, it's kind of hard to do, but a belt, as you can see, when it rises up, but at the top and bottom of the belt, it flattens out, which means if you have a long belt run, you have these little flat parts along the way. We obviously don't want our train to look like that, so we're gonna have to find a way to add angles. Yeah, okay, but that's fine. Too bad they don't have quarter. They don't have, that's gonna be interesting to do because they don't have half foundations for ramps.
Yeah, but you could put a full one in as a template and then remove it, so you get the one at angle.
It's true. But if you wanted to support there, we'd need something. We'd have to come up with some sort of version of support that. But yeah, you could, for actual doing it, we could do that. But if we want it to look like it's actually supporting, it's going to have some sort of structure here or something. Yeah, that would work. They need half ramps. I wonder if we could just... You know what we could probably do? Where's the blueprint machine? I have an idea. I don't think it'll work, but I'm gonna try it. Can we do a blueprint that's not gonna clip? Come on. There's gotta be a flat part of the world here somewhere. Here we go. Load. What, we said Cybertrack support? Oh, wait, maybe we should try it with... Load the short. Where's the short? Where'd the short go? Here it is. Trying to work with his stuff. He's got beams here, which matches the size, the height of... We'll have to do away with these. But if we were to do... like a beam here... or two, but at least it's centered. If we had a beam here and a beam here, my hope would be that we could attach this to the bottom of a train track or something. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try, because that way it might have to go higher. It might have to be something higher. It'd probably be something better than what I'm doing here, because they would have to match up the curve of the ramp. That's what I should have done. Load that back. Load it! I said load it! Oh. Here. So on this side, I'm gonna do the thing. We're gonna get rid of these. On this side, we're gonna do exactly what Ed was saying. We're gonna put the 2 meter or 1 meter here as an example. Bring it over here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that. So somehow if we could do that... just... that lines up with where the train track would be. Obviously, we'll have to get Excited's input on this because I'm just screwing around. But maybe he could figure out. making this look better, but this is just a proof of concept that if we could somehow rotate just where I want you, there we go. That way we could build the ramp and then maybe replace it with this or something after it. Demo on Discord. You got something in Discord? Discord, where are you at? What is that? Oh. Oh, oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Turn God mode on. We're in a creative world, so it's we're testing that we were building. If you haven't been here, we were building blueprints and testing them for our main world. We were just in creative mode. Okay, good. All right. Let me put God mode on. I only turned it off so we could have fun with Ed shooting me. All right, there we go. Oh, I know what. Yes, I know what Warp's saying now. Exactly. We can do it, but we can use the walls. Are you already looking in Discord? Ed's over here to work as you're working on it. The question is, will they attach to it? Because we need to be able to snap it to it. Will the train track...
Why'd you delete my track?
Because I wanted to see if you could snap the train track to it.
No, you can't, because you need the train track bigger than one foundation. That's the whole point. It was over by half a block each side.
Well, I mean, when we do let's say we do a big ramp, we're going to have a midpoint where we snap the track to, because it only goes so far. And that track obviously needs to be a ramp.
You leave that bit of track in that I just put in dev painstakingly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Well, I don't think we can.
When?
I mean, maybe we can.
Don't delete nothing until I've saved.
Yeah. I'm not going to delete it again, but... Yeah, so the...
Angel cliff. Yeah.
Will it work? Well, might as well try it. You have to find a straight part. Here, just... Here you go. I'll give you a thing to work with. We'll do one right there. And then... I'm curious. How are we going to snap that point? Did you do a 1 meter or 2 meter? You just 1 meter. Let me try. Why did they look so small? I don't know. Problem is they're not going to sit here.
Give me a...
But if I did them...
Done it in the background.
Huh?
In the background of where you're...
What?
Look behind.
Yeah, that works for that kind of thing, but I'm thinking... Because that's about the same as the flat, because it keeps doing the waviness, which is kind of what, if we wanted a straight piece of track, we need to be able to do it where we start the angle, and the track, the support needs to be there at the right spot so that it can basically support the track at the right angle all the way up. And that way you can have a straight angle all the way up until you reach the top. Otherwise, yeah, it's just doing the wavy thing like a flat piece. A little better, but...
You have to just find the spot, nudge it in place. Underneath it. It wouldn't be attached, but...
That's what I'm thinking right here. Where's your thing? Let's put this as 6. Because I have a feeling I got to do the height thing. Height.
Yeah, you just have to literally find the spot.
Oh, that's probably not right. Because that's not matched up with the foundation. Well, it might be, but... 6? Let's see if we can do this. Let's do it here. Hold. Put it in the center. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to try. Now, can I do that again?
There's a slight bump,
I think you're right. There's a slight bump. It might need to change a little bit. All right, let's try. See if we can find a slightly different.
You'd have to be down? No, up. Up on.
So basically, I went to the edge and then I nudged it over 4. But maybe I should only. Maybe I should. This is where it's like questionable. It's like trying to find the right height to do it. Control, come on. It's only snapping in a couple spots, though. Maybe I just need to come down a meter. Maybe that'll work. Because it adds the ramp. I think there's still a slight bump. I think that's because we're not starting... I have an idea.
If you started on the angle.
We need to start the angle. So maybe doing the same thing here. So we get the angle started and then hopefully it'll stay. Whoopsie. That looks straight. Let me just try another piece right here.
Definitely looks straight to me.
Looks straight. You might have your.
Yeah, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is just another. I mean, I think you could probably go up to 12, but the idea is that, yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, that's definitely straight.
Well done, Ed. Good choice. You've done it. I'll give you the win. Need to color it, but yeah, that works. So you gotta.
Yeah.
We have to start. We have to start the angle so that it's.
You also got to fill in the gap.
Yeah.
Flat.
I don't think it might be fine. The first one kind of bends, but I think after that, if you follow the right, if you're following the elevation, it should stay straight after the first one. No matter what, the first one's always going to have a slight bend to it because that's just the way the track works. That's not bad. Now you just need to do another. Now we need another one that does 2 meters.
But yeah, the proof of concept there.
I think I got to figure out how to do this anyways. How did you do that? Oh. Pillars. Warp's got it on the...
I just nudged, but...
Oh, yeah. Warp was doing it in the...
Yeah, X was doing it earlier.
Oh, yeah, because he do the beams and then... How the heck did Warp do that? I think he's using the beams, but man, okay.
Still beams.
It's hard with the... Well, that's not quite what I was shooting for, but... Oh, that's already got a beam there. That's what's snapping to it. Doesn't quite snap that way. Rotate beam 90 degrees. It worked with the... Excited was doing it with these. Yeah, like that. So I just need to... I didn't rotate it. I didn't rotate it. Gotta rotate it this way, I think. And then it will snap to it. What is this one then? Whatever. Just line it up, rotate. You can snap one in like this. And on that side, yeah. And now we need one over here, so I'll just do one more right here. All right, works. And yours did 1 meter, so yeah, just swap them out. Are you doing 2 meters? It's supposed to be 1 meter.
But you want us to try the 2 meter?
No, we can try the 2 meter. The 2 meters is going to work the same, but you got 1 meter on one side, 2 meters on the other. We need to make 2 versions of the blueprint. Well, let's just save this. So we got to copy it. Angle test 2. That way, at least we don't have to go back and do both sides again. We can just delete one and do the other side. But that'll work.
Well, still got to redo the ones anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, you could do like this. What you did like this.
You got to do one up and one down, and then yeah.
Come on. And then you did.
2 clip.
Perfect. I'm sure there's a way to pretty this thing up, but I think this works. Yeah. So we'll have to fix this for how to unify this side, but that'll work. So that'll let us do the longer runs. That's perfect.
Long slopes.
Yeah, Warp's answer is perfect. That worked out well. Thank you, Warp. All right. Yeah, I saw you use painted beams, but the steel beams, I think, are a little easier to see the rotation. That works pretty well. And you could go either one, though. I mean, it's kind of hidden. You're not going to see it very well in the track unless you get up underneath it, but that does work.
You'll notice it more in the 2 meter.
Probably could add some lights like he's got here or something, just to, or do something to, got to get excited. He built this, so it looks, it's simple, but if we could steal some of the things and... Bet you could do something. Doesn't quite follow the angle, though. Yes. Ooh. I like what you did there. Ooh, I know. You're doing fine. I have an idea. It needs to be bigger.
Now it just looks like a face because you had...
Okay, maybe not. Okay. It's just the way your eyes are. No, it still looks like a face. Steven is laughing at us. Oh, great nose there. Great. He's got a hat. He's got a hat and everything. And there's a second smiley face. Someone keep.
That's even worse now. Look, he's got a smile. He's got some teeth.
We need to cover this shit up. I have an idea. I'm trying to. I mean, Excited's probably gonna do way better at this, but how do I want to do this? Oh, pillar. Oh, come on. Doesn't stick out.
What are you doing, Dan?
I'm just trying to get some signs there, but it's not being nice, Ed. Why is it not being nice to me? Probably should have centered that, but it's fine. Okay.
You can't center anything on the thing because it's 25 centimeters off.
All right, that even looks worse. Now it's just even more freaky. Why does this work every time we do, and it looks like it gets more evil? What can we do? I feel like something just stuck to me. I think it's these eyes. These have to go.
What did you do there?
I don't know. I put some fences.
I'm taking offense to that. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. This is something we can figure out later. I think we've solved the solution here. 8:30. We still got some time. Okay. I heard that.
Heard what?
It's a hit and run. It's like, I'm going to bed, stick. See, this was an example of when I played around using the catwalk and just a single foundation, how you could keep the train track centered on it. Obviously, this was just for demonstration purposes, but it works. Ow. Oh man, missed. We're decimating this guide world. Whee! Did I get him? That's the nice little shoulder pads you have there, Ed. How did that miss? Aw. There's all my extras. Did you? Oh, try to here, Ed. Get out the Xenobasher. See if you can hit this. Food. I got brought food.
Food?
Yeah, but I think I might have to end the stream early. Guessing somebody's been having a hard time. Okay. My wife looked a little upset. I think I need to go talk to her. I don't think it's about me. I'm guessing kids. The kids are giving them problems. I don't know. Ah! What other ammo do I got? Turbo? Go do fam. How does the Xenobasher blow that thing up, but this doesn't do anything? Do I have a Xenobasher? I don't, but I have this. All right, I think we're gonna cut the stream a little early today. We've only had like 30 more minutes, but I think I need to go deal with the family, go see what's going on. Wife looked a little upset. All right, everybody that hung out today, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll be able to do something later this week to make up the 30 minutes. Everyone that's here, thank you so much. We had a lot of fun. I will give Excited the blueprints that we did, and he can play with it. And I think when we're done, we'll post whatever blueprints we did as well. So, everybody that was here, thank you so much. I know I'm cutting the stream a little short early today, but it's fine. I'll try to do something later this week if I can. Get a couple hours in, maybe somewhere else. Drop some train BPs to make up for it. Yeah, it's a good idea. I can drop them in our blueprint thing. The ones we worked on today, I can drop them in the blueprint thing for you guys to yoink. All right, everyone, have a good night. Where is my thing? I gotta figure out. There's like an ending thing. And... You know what? Let's just do it this way. No. You know what? I don't know how to... the ending thing, I don't know how to do on this one, so... I gotta figure it out. I still got a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna go back over here and just do my ending thing. I got 2 OBSs here that I haven't figured out how to master going back and forth.
Big Dan's head.
Where'd it go? OBS, where are you at? There it is. Where's OBS?
Big Dan.
There it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Jeez. No. There you are. And...
It's alright, guys. You'll figure this out one day.
Yeah, there we go. All right, everyone. Have a good night.
What's Todd Persian?